It is Expresso right here on... Oh, good morning, Zanzi, and welcome to the biggest and best breakfast show in the land. It is time for us to officially get you into your day right here on Expresso on S3. This is what we wake up for in the morning. This is our country duty, to come and put a smile on that beautiful face and also just allow you to be in the know of...
Cables went out for half an hour.
I step into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, well, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Oh, yes, Mzansi, you made it to yet another beautiful day, and we get to start it off right here on Expresso, your feel-good breakfast show. I hope you are feeling good because, my lovely, today we got such incredible things that are going to be coming your way, and it is all in the name of starting off your day on the perfect note. So, what exactly is going to be happening? Well, I mean, from Johannesburg to Cape Town and all around the country, yes, we are indeed saying good morning, but we're also getting into what we honestly feel like is so important, which is Drug Awareness Week. It is something that we, my friends, need to all take seriously, and we're going to be getting to the root cause of addiction and having those conversations that are all so important. But along with that, we got award-winning king and queen. I am talking about, of course, firstly, the queen. Who is she? It is Shekinah. She's in the building, and we're talking all things Rose Fest and how she is back like she never left, doing the things that need to be done with her Rose Fest festival that I truly feel like is going to yet again be one of the biggest successes in the calendar when it comes to entertainment in South South Africa, but we're going to be hearing all about that, and she's going to be performing. I know. It's almost like, how does it get better? Well, let me give you this. There is, in fact, a delicious, delicious taste of Taste Master South Africa Season 6 that is going to be coming your way. We're getting to know one of the incredible cooks that is on the show and that is truly making just what I believe dreams come true. So you can tell it's action-packed. You can tell it's all good and it's all happening. However, right now, as we cross over to Cape Teasy Foshizi, my gorgeous family, are you good this morning?
Zanella, we are more than good, let me tell you. Happy Tuesday to you. In fact, Expresso fam, happy Tuesday to you, because yes, Fashion Poll is here, and I hope you're ready, fashionistas. We've got two options to get through. Yes, I've got a simple black outfit elevated with a red lip today, but listen, we're getting into those winter textures, okay? And we're doubling up when it comes to fashion and, of course, keeping warm. So option one over here, we've got this lovely midi pleated skirt in grey. It's definitely giving corporate bay, right? We've got a polo neck, and then that matches the knit that is striped, and we're going pattern clashing with the houndstooth detail over here. Beautiful texture that you have to include in your winter wardrobe. But let me tell you, the cherry on top of this beautiful Sunday are the biker boots, and then also the gloves with the fur detail. Absolutely stunning. Definitely a way that you can just feel like your Sunday best on a Tuesday. That is option one. Moving over to option two, something a bit more basic, a bit more simple. Now we've got these classic straight-legged denim jeans, and then we're going to pair them with a white jersey, a wonderful cable knit detail on this one, and then pairing that up, yes, we are heating up this winter with a beautiful animal print coat. It's up to you which decision you want to go for. Remember to use that hashtag styled by Woolies and let me know across our socials. It's live right now which option we're going for. There's option one or option two that you'll dress me in just a little bit. But now though, let's get into some official duties. Raul standing by with your news headlines. And in just a little bit, don't forget about these boots over here that are wonderfully matching the jacket. I had to remind you of that. It completely slipped my mind, but a beautiful ankle boot will always, always go with a wonderful outfit. And the jeans detail, the two complementing each other together, the combos, they are communicating. So let me know what you're saying across our socials.
Oh, Mzansi, I cannot wait for you to come through and dress our beautiful queen. For now, though, official duties must commence. So let's start off with national headlines. Now, South Africa has signed a $1.5 billion loan agreement with the World Bank, and that's to accelerate infrastructure development and vital restructuring and reforms. Now, the National Treasury says the 16-year loan with a 3-year grace period will improve energy security, freight transport, and help shift the country towards a low-carbon economy. Now, the loan is also aiming to stimulate economic growth, attract private investment, and strengthen public institutions. Now, charged at the overnight rate plus 1.49%, the deal aligns with Treasury's strategy to stabilize finances and control debt costs. Now, next up, flood survivors in Mthatha and Buttersworth have received assistance with IDs and birth certificates. And that's thanks to an intergovernmental visit led by deputy ministers from Human Settlements, Kochta, and Home Affairs. Now, land for relocation has been identified in Mkuma and KSD municipalities. And Deputy Minister Njabulo Nzuza says mobile units expanded last year with 100 vehicles are speeding up document processing. Now, he promised to return in 2 to 3 weeks to issue smart ID cards. And meanwhile, the discovery of a 15-year-old boy's body in Mthatha raised the flood death toll to 95. Well, from local, we move to international headlines, and 3 Kenyan police officers and 3 civilians have been charged with the murder of 31-year-old blogger Albert Ojwang, who died in police custody earlier this month. Now, his death following arrest over alleged defamation of Deputy Police Chief Eluwad Lagat has sparked national outrage. Now, an initial claim that Ojwang died of self-inflicted wounds was retracted after an autopsy revealed signs of assault. Now, protests have turned violent, with the street vendor critically injured by police. Now, Lagat has stepped aside pending investigations, but denies wrongdoing. Now, next up, on day 11 of escalating conflict, Israel launched fresh airstrikes on Tehran, targeting military sites, a political prison, and a protest-suppressing militia. Now, around 20 fighter jets also struck missile and radar infrastructure in Kermanshah. Now, Iran fired 15 missiles in response, triggering air raid sirens across Israel and damaging power lines, leaving 8,000 without electricity. Now, meanwhile, the IAEA chief Rafael Grossi has urged a ceasefire to allow nuclear inspections and warned that damage to sites like Fordo remains unknown. Now, next up, a little dose of inspiration at Nageng Primary School in Vosloorus. Now, this is a spirited group of grade 6 learners, which is proving that small hands can grow mighty change. Now, since grade 3, they've lovingly cultivated a thriving veggie garden, bursting with cabbage, beetroot, spinach, onions, and even sweet strawberries. Now, through the Gauteng Department of Education's Sprouting Entrepreneurs program, their harvest now supports the school kitchen. It feeds peers in need and is sold to fund the garden's future. Now, as part of the multi-certification skills program, these Green Thumb learners will graduate with real skills in urban farming and entrepreneurship. And this story is a blooming example of youthful innovation, community spirit, and hope rooted in soil. Well, we've got a lot of hopefuls in the world of sports, so let's see what the results were. And Carissa's handling it this morning, so let's see what's happening.
Well, let's get into some sporting news this morning, and we start out with rugby, where the All Blacks coach Scott Robertson has unveiled a 33-man squad featuring 5 debutants for July's 3-test series against France. Led by captain Scott Barrett, the lineup includes newcomers including Brodie McAllister, Ollie Norris, Fabian Holland, Duplessis Karifi, and Timochi Tavatava Tawai. Samasoni Takayaho and Quinn Tapawa return as Robertson balances experience with fresh opportunity in his selections. All right, in your footballing news, Kvicha Kvaratskhelia and Ashraf Hakimi struck in each half as PSG beat Seattle Sounders 2-0 to reach the Club World Cup last week, 16. Now, bouncing back from a Botafogo defeat, and French champions topped Group B on goal difference. They'll face Group A's runners-up next Sunday out in Atlanta. Moving on over to your cricket updates, Captain Hayley Matthews smashed 65 of 50 balls to guide West Indies women to a 6-wicket win over the Proteas women, sealing the T20 International Series 2-1 in Barbados. Now, chasing down the target with 9 balls to spare, the hosts bounced back after losing the opener. Both teams shared the white ball honours, with the Proteas taking the WODI Series 2-1. And closing off in your motorsports, Liberty Media's €4.3 billion acquisition of MotoGP has been approved unconditionally by the European Commission, clearing the path for a 3rd of July completion. The Formula One owners will take an 84% stake, with Dorna Sports retaining 16%. Now, the move ushers in a new era for motorcycle racing under Liberty's global sports empire. And that is where we leave your sporting updates. We'll touch base again at 7 o'clock. For now, though, let's see what your weather's doing on this wonderful Tuesday.
Nicely done, Carissa. Thank you so much. And lastly, let's talk about the weather. A lot happening in South Africa, and the Weather Service has warned that a powerful cold front is expected to make landfall in Cape Town tomorrow. And that's bringing damaging waves, strong winds, and disruptive rainfall. Now, the city's Disaster Risk Management Center has issued multiple yellow level 4 warnings, and starting with a level 4 for waves from tomorrow evening and a level 2 for winds and rain. And that's through to Thursday morning. Now, officials urge residents to prepare by waterproofing structures, clearing gutters, and diverting water. And all emergency agencies remain on high alert. Well, from our weather news, let's dive into our sunrise view of the hour. And sitting us off this morning, we've got Andrew all the way from Balito, and making us look like those clouds are candy floss. It's inviting. It's making me want to dance in the sky. So, Andrew, thank you so much for sending this shot through. I absolutely love the drama in the clouds for this one, and it's looking like that pre-storm weather. A warning has been sent out. So again, Mzansi, I'm hoping that you can stay safe in this inclement weather that is approaching. And a reminder to share your sunrise view with us. The number is 063-036-9649. And for the first time this morning, let's see what exactly the temperatures are on your side of town.
Zanzi, I'll always remind you that no matter the weather, as long as we're together, everything's gonna be rosy and shiny, okay? Right now, though, I need you to get into your social media bag. And I say that because, yes, we always have fun on the television, but we also want to see you on the social media streets, okay? It's our Good Morning Post, and this is where we get to have a conversation as a family. And today, I know that kids around Mzansi are celebrating. Why? School's about to be out. We're gonna be having holidays, and parents, I think let's help each other out a little bit here, all right? We know that it's cold outside, so you can't necessarily go to the park as long as you want to. You can't necessarily, I don't know, perhaps go and find a little bit of an outside activity, which is why we want to know, how do you keep the kids entertained indoors? I don't know, is it baking? Is it a little bit of movie time? Do you maybe put together some blanket forts? It is all a go, and we want to hear it. Send us a voice note, 063-036-9649, or you can hit us up, #Expresso Show on all our social media pages, and we can have this conversation and help each other out, okay? It's all happening right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And to officially start us off this morning, my Cape Town family, I've been told that you are sitting with an amazing guest. Who is it, and what are we chatting about?
At Bonitas, we've got your back. We make our plans simple, so they're easy to understand. When you need us, Bonitas. Join now.
Oh yeah, Zanele, amazing I think is an understatement, especially when we take into account this conversation that needs to be had. I don't know if you'd use the word amazing, but definitely going to put an alert in your mind, because South Africa is in the grip of a drug abuse crisis, and our young people are most at risk. Now listen to this, a recent study and recent data from the South African Community Epidemiology Network on drug use shows that cannabis, crystal meth and heroin continue to dominate treatment admissions among young, with the average age of first-time use now just 12 years old. Yes, you are hearing this correctly.
That is so harrowing, Raul, but thank you for bringing us that information. We'll delve into it with our special guest today, but let me tell you that it's not just the youth. The Department of Social Development reports that nearly 1 in 5 South Africans aged 15 and older have used an illicit substance at some point in their lives, and the ripple effects extend to families and also communities, as well as their schools.
This is crazy stuff indeed. So obviously we had to bring in one of the finest, and we're going to be joined by psychologist Charles Davids to unpack the emotional, the social and the psychological roots of addiction during Sanka Drug Awareness Week. And I've got to say, Charles, thank you so much for joining us in this conversation. How are you doing?
I'm well, thank you. It's always a pleasure. I'm not sure about the topic.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure to talk about that, but that's the reality in our country.
Much needed conversation nonetheless, man.
Absolutely.
So thank you for being here for this.
Yeah, so I'm going to touch base with the fact that Raul, of course, raised, which I think is incredibly scary, but also a reality that many of us face in South Africa. 12 years old is the average age for first use.
Yeah.
That is something that we need to unpack here. So what kind of emotional context are you seeing behind this fact? Why so young?
So we have to understand the kind of context around our communities that we have. And we cannot exclude the whole kind of thing around gang culture, but all gang culture within our communities, but also how families are struggling. Because for me, the underlying fact with everybody that I treat for addiction is around, I always say the opposite of addiction is not sobriety, it's actually connection.
Oh, I love that.
And that is, I think, where we struggle a lot with, where there's not a lot of connection in terms of whether it's a personal connection with the self or the kind of, interrelational kind of things. And we see that a lot within families. And I think that's why. So people, young people use drugs to cope. They always say to me, it's to calm myself, and it quiets my mind, and it's all of those kind of things playing out within community or family.
Sure.
I love that topic you meant about that connection, because I think that brings on that positive stimulation. But I think we still have these sort of views, and especially with families, that I would say that addiction is somewhat of a moral failure. Right? And you see these thoughts playing out quite a bit, and these judgments that go around. How do we change this perception and sort of hold people accountable to the damage being done here?
So it's nothing to do with morals, because you find even in very religious families, we see these young people. And remember, when we hit the kind of teenage years, we will experiment with things. I mean, that's almost a natural development. If you don't experiment, there's almost something wrong with different kind of things. I'm not only speaking about drugs in this sense, And therefore it will always be that. The difference is, I think, when I certainly grew up, the experimentation with different kind of things were very different. It might have been cigarettes or alcohol, but nowadays and then it became marijuana and dacha as we know it. But now, I mean, it's heroin or
These are
crystal meth.
hard,
Hard drugs.
heavy impacting substances. Yeah.
Because it's easy accessible. I mean, extremely easy accessible on whether it's on the Cape Flats, but not only the Cape Flats, even our small rural communities in the Western Cape these days. We see that because of easy accessibility, and it's becoming cheaper. So it's not that expensive. People think it's
Affordable,
quite expensive, and it's very
accessible.
affordable. It's accessible. And quite available in different kind of spaces.
Yeah, sure. Okay, you mentioned that a lot of people that come to you to seek help talk about quieting their minds and calming down. And to me, that speaks about a pain that they are going through. So what exactly are people experiencing right now? What is this human condition that we can speak to?
Listen, I always say that if you look at a lot of our communities, we can diagnose a whole community with either PTSD. If you, just think about it. So if we have a lot of gang violence and shootings. And I mean, there's a study that's been done many years ago where it's if toddlers, just in terms of noise levels, they lose impulse control. Just noise. I'm not even talking about domestic violence or things, just noise. And if you think about it, I remember when, I mean, I grew up in Bishop Lavis, and when I moved to Kuils River, I couldn't sleep the first 3 months because it's so quiet.
Sure.
Now, just the basic kind of things like that, where it is about that, the busyness, the noise, the violence. And if I can diagnose a community with either depression, any mood or anxiety disorder, and PTSD, then one can understand why there's more young people starting to use it, because it's to deal with those kind of things. And we're not treating those kind of areas. We expect a youngster to go to school, and I say to teachers a lot of times on a Monday morning, you cannot start a lesson in a primary school setting because there was a lot of shooting over the weekend. You first have to normalize that for the kids before you can even start teaching.
Yeah.
And most teachers don't do that because they don't stay in that community. They're not aware of what those kids went through. And then it's about, we expect them to just to act normal and to be able to function normally.
Yeah, sure. This is proper. And again, Mzansi, this is the reality of the situation we are in South Africa, and a pertinent conversation that must be had. We're going to continue this in a part 2 and maybe talk about some of the ways that we can assist and provide some positive impact. But for now, let's keep it positive. A little break, and we'll be back with this conversation. Zanele, I hear you got something to plug us in with some good stuff. What do you got?
Oh, thank you, my beautiful Cape Town family. You see, these are the conversations I was talking about, Mzansi, the important ones, the ones that get to the crux of what we are dealing with in terms of the matter at hand. But there's more on the way, which I'm really glad about, because we always got to be having these conversations. But other conversations we got to be having are about you winning, honey. What am I talking about? Well, great things can happen when you play Powerball and Powerball Plus for an estimated 59 million rand in total in estimated jackpots this Thursday. It is all about you, and forgive me, it's this Tuesday. Don't delay, and I mean today. You got to go and do the things that need to be done, where you can play Powerball for an estimated 36 million rand and Powerball Plus for an estimated 23 million rand today. Buy your tickets now in store or on nationallottery.co.za. You can also use cell phone banking or the mobile app, or you can simply dial *120 *7529# for USST. Bund up, push up, play Powerball and Powerball Plus for 59 million rand in total estimated jackpots today, and you could win multi-millions, my friend. Go and play now, and don't forget, all of the information I have just mentioned is available on our Expresso Show pages, so you can go and check it out over there. But when it comes to the show, my friend, there's still so much more on the way. I told you, we always make sure that it's action-packed, that it's a full meal just for you. The menu is indeed 100% exactly what you need this Tuesday morning, and we can't wait to continue having a good time with you right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. For now, let's jump on into a little bit of an ad break, but we'll be back after this.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Now, we got started on this conversation a couple minutes ago, but we have to continue with the part two because addiction doesn't end with one person, all right? It disrupts entire families, school systems, and generational cycles. But with support and also with understanding, healing is definitely possible and also sustainable. So in the second part of our convo this morning with psychologist Charles Davids, it's going to help us unpack what recovery looks like in real life and how to support someone through it even when they relapse.
Yeah, sure. And the fact that we're talking about not just adults in recovery, but kids in recovery, young minds, this is a time in a child's life where they are the most impressionable, where the most effect and impact and trauma can be had and experienced. What's your experience like in terms of the mind of a child or mind of some of these youngsters coming to you, either asking for help or you seeing them need this help?
See, most of the time, if it's youngsters like that, they're not the ones reaching out for the help.
Yeah.
They don't even realize they need the help because that's the norm within
Oh,
communities.
wow, okay.
So it's either what happens is that there's referrals through school systems. They go to school, they pick up these kind of things, they bring in the social workers or psychologists within the education department, and that's where sometimes those referrals come from. And when they do even the home visits, you realize it's not only the child that's on drugs, it's then the parents as well. And that becomes the difficulty because now you have to treat the whole family. But also the difficulty, if you look at the mental health services within the state service, a lot of our adolescent units are filled up with substance-induced psychosis. We're not even talking about mood and anxiety disorders because they take up most of the beds within that. And that becomes the difficulty because it also clogs up the health system.
And the capacity there.
And the capacity for that, but also, even if you know the person needs to get treatment immediately, there's no beds available. You know, so there's a waiting list for those kind of beds for to book, and from adolescents to adults.
Sure.
It's not only and it puts a lot of strain on the system, and I mean it costs a lot of money to do that kind of treatment, and therefore we have to more clearly look at what is the preventative things that we have to do. We can't. Because otherwise we just deal with the symptoms of what is happening, and therefore we need to almost go back to much more preventative work. And how we, even if I look at how NPOs are funded around addiction treatment. So social development will offer funding to an NPO only for early intervention. But what about the prevention, the early intervention, the treatment, and importantly, the aftercare, because you're referring to relapse.
Yeah.
Relapse is part of treatment. Because at some point, and think about it, so we take, it's like a washing machine model. We put dirty clothes in, it comes out clean. But if you think about it, we send somebody for rehab. They come back out. But they stay next to the drug merge, and that's a trigger.
The environment's
The environment has not changed, the friendship groups hasn't changed, and therefore the relapse will happen. And that's why I'm saying the aftercare is also important.
Walking out with your all whites into the mud, you're going to get mud on you.
You go,
It's
it's
inevitable.
But you did speak about friends, and I wonder how important your community, your friends group around you, and peer pressure, what impact does that have on your recovery?
Listen, hugely so, because if you look at normal development, when I mean, young people become adolescents, peers are more important than adults in their life, including their parents. They don't listen to adults, they listen to peer groups.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, so in treatment, we would say you have to change your friendship group. And I mean, it's not easy to make friends.
Yeah.
You come out and now you have to change friendship group. Where are you going to find the new friends? Because that's the community that you stay in. But therefore I'm saying we need to look at a system way of treating it. This is where sports clubs, religious organizations, churches, youth groups and things must play a vital role. Because if I need to change my friendship to a more positive one, then surely those structures that in the community must assist with that.
Yeah, providing
they must
an
be
alternative.
part of treatment. They can't stand outside of it and say, no, it's an individual problem. It's a societal issue.
Sure.
Yeah, it absolutely is. And I think when we look at it, it always works from the ground up. I mean, we need the schools to be a part of this. We need this change to happen at home. If we could create any impact, and lastly, some words of wisdom, especially for those that might be seeing this or worried or concerned about a loved one, what are the options? What should they do?
It's to, again, it's to reach out for help immediately. I mean, if you have, I'm saying, if you have a child, it doesn't matter where in the country you stay, you have to educate yourself on addiction. What is the drugs on the market and things? Because I can tell you, it doesn't matter which school your child attends, the drugs are there. So you have to educate yourself what the symptoms are so that you can see that in your child. And I mean, with children, we see the behavior change immediately, then you know something is not okay. And then you have to step in immediately, because the sooner we see it, the better it is for treatment, because it's worse to get somebody into rehab for inpatient treatment than to when they start experimenting to deal with what those kind of things is. Because, but I always say, if we take the drug away, what do we replace it with? And that's the connection part that I'm talking about. What are the traumas that we do? Because sometimes we treat addiction, but we're not treating the trauma.
Yeah.
And it's important that we all, I mean, I always say GPs and public health officials, nurses, things in day hospitals and things, we have to assess for addiction everyone that we see. We can't just think it's not happening, because sometimes the addiction is just a symptom and we send people for rehab but not dealing with the underlying symptoms of it.
Ooh, well, that's it right there. I love that you've mentioned that, because yes, drug use is often a symptom of something deeper, trauma, pain, and even disconnection, like Charlotte's mentioned. And thank you so much for coming through, sharing your pearls of wisdom. And I really hope that we provided some sort of relief and help for somebody. In fact, the helpline is on the screen right now. So if you are looking for support or even recovery, know that it's possible, and you can go ahead and call that helpline that you see on screen right now from the Sanka branch.
Thank you so much, my Cape TZ family. And Mzansi, what I love most is the fact that we're already having such a good time, and we're only in hour one. And one thing we like to do on a Tuesday particularly, though, is get into Pharmacy of the Week. This is where we recognize our local heroes that are doing the great things in the pharmacy industry. And honestly, I feel like when it comes to healthcare heroes, indeed, we're talking about the people that are really allowing Malelane to be a better place. It is Pharmacy at Spa in Malelane, Mpumalanga, that we are highlighting today. And I can 100% say that not all heroes wear capes, but some of them dispense medicine. Let's check it out.
Our pharmacies are on the front line of healthcare. This is Pharmacy of the Week.
Being a pharmacist is quite an important job in the community. It's like my family. It's people that I stay with. I know about their grannies, about their babies. I know about their animals, you know, their pets. I used to play rugby with them 30 years ago. So I've been more than 30 years in Malelane, so I know almost everybody. Nobody needs to tell me their name or their surname when I need my tablets. And I will know immediately who it is, and I'll go onto the system, and I don't have to ask, you know. So it's my family and friends. Brave means to be there for your patients every day. And even though it's a busy day, you're always there to see them. And we appreciate companies like Adcock Ingram sponsoring initiatives like the Brave. Everybody must be glad that they are on board of something like the Brave. We thank you, Adcock Ingram.
Pharmacy of the Week, proudly brought to you by Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave.
Well, it is a Health Tuesday, and we have to get into the movement side of things, because yes, even in the colder seasons, we have to move our bodies a little bit to get that circulation going and make sure our health points are up. And that's exactly why we brought in Miss Josie again. Joss Lazagan is here, and she'll be taking Ryle through his paces to just let you know exactly why it's important that we move our bodies during winter. So we'll see you after this. Put on that fitness gear and get ready.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It's true, it is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and thank you for spending this wonderful Tuesday morning with us. Listen, it's a Health Tuesday too, and we all know that winter tends to drain our energy, but also our motivation. But regular movement is one of the most effective ways to support your immune health and also your overall well-being. And today we're joined by biokineticist Justin Latachan to unpack why winter workouts actually matter. And later she'll guide us, not us, Ryle specifically, through a quick routine you can try at home. So welcome back, Joss. Thank you for being here.
I love being here.
I love it when you're here because you educate us and you also get us sweating. But before we get into the sweating part, we know that winter is a time when actually we become a bit sedentary, right?
Yes.
And we kind of go into this hibernation mode of, I'll wait for summer to get out the house again. But why does this happen, and why is it actually important to do the inverse and keep moving?
Yes, so I do think it's completely normal for us to become a little bit more sedentary during winter. I mean, it's colder outside, it's darker, and our duvet becomes a little bit more warm in the morning, but this is when it becomes even more important to exercise, because we know exercise improves our physical and mental well-being and improves our immune system. So this can help us fight those bugs and those flus that are going around during winter. So it's all about getting up, trying to move, feeling motivated. Our body can increase our heat by itself, so we can do that through exercise. So yeah, it does become a little bit harder, I must say, but it's all about trying to find that motivation that gets you up in the morning.
Well, you are convincing me enough. I think it's also about finding the thing that you love, right?
Yes.
Might be dance, it might be running, it might be walking. Just find
Exactly.
something that you can actually keep up with.
Exactly.
You mentioned keeping the bugs away and the bad flus and stuff. Why is exercise important for your overall well-being?
So exercise decreases the inflammation in our body and improves that blood circulation. So it can increase the immunity in our cells throughout the day after exercise. So science has even proven to show that even 15 to 20 minutes of moderate exercise can increase that immunity in those cells.
Right.
So overall, increasing our mental and physical well-being throughout exercise.
And if somebody is sick, now they've caught the bug, would you recommend working out, or how do they kind of manage movement during being ill?
Yeah, so that's usually a very important question that we get from our clients. I think the most important thing is to just listen to your body. I think your body really needs the rest and recovery, and that is necessary and normal. I think if we're going to hop right back into it, we could potentially even get more sick. So it's all about listening to your body, taking that rest and recovery needed, and then slowly getting back into your exercise, maybe doing a little bit lighter reps or a lighter class, or even if you're still feeling a little bit sluggish and sick, we can do a little bit of stretching or mobility or just a light little walk outside.
And I like that you mentioned those at the latter half of your answer, because there are some people that may have taken a break in their fitness and need to get back into it, or maybe haven't even touched fitness or movement. So where do they begin? What simple movements can they start with?
Yeah, so I think the most important thing is to create those small healthy habits throughout the day. Going to walks, walking outside, trying to get up, trying to move, trying to make your exercises very short and doable in the beginning so that you can kind of become more consistent and you can kind of enjoy what you're doing and getting to understand the structure of the exercise. So I think trying to just start small, you can start anywhere, we've all started, and just kind of continuing that journey as you go through that exercise journey.
And would you say consistency is the most important? Because I know a lot of people stop, start, but what actually is effective at the end of the day?
Yeah, so I think exactly. I think trying to be consistent, and we're all human. I know it's hard to try to keep that consistency, but trying to lean on other people for support, like trying to book that class with your friend, trying to be consistent, trying to just show up. I think that's one of the most important things that I always say. Just at least show up. After 10 minutes of doing your exercise, you're going to feel so good and you're just going to continue to do it. You don't need to do a sweaty, hard workout every single day. You can do what your body enjoys just to get you moving and enjoying the exercise, because it's not supposed to be about punishing your body. It's supposed to be supporting and uplifting you and others through movement.
I love that take on it, because it isn't punishment, even though it does feel like that sometimes.
It does, I know.
Especially when you're at the helm of it. I'm like, no, just stop. Please stop. Speaking of, though, I would like you to go punish Ryle because, yes, a little bit
He's
of movement
already
does go a
stretching.
long way, and he is ready for you. Joss is going to take us all through a wonderful workout in just a little bit. But thank you so much for the great advice. We trust her because she's a biokineticist. Yes, I've been practicing that word just to make sure our mental health and also our physical health is in top shape. So you can head over to Ryle. I can't wait to see this all go down along with you, Expresso fam. But right now, I do want to plug you into something absolutely amazing, especially when it comes to your medicine cabinet, and we want to make sure that it is winter ready. Now, the Adcock Ingram OTC Winter Survival Pack has everything from immune support to pain relief, designed to keep your family protected through those colder months. Plus, and you know we always have something for you, you could win 2,000 Rand in cash. All you have to do is tell us what's in your winter survival kit to keep your family protected this winter. And yes, you can use the old wives' tales if you want to. We want to hear all about it. Just remember to use that hashtag #AdcockOTCWinter in your answer and then enter away. Now, entries do close on Sunday, and T's and C's do apply and can be found at expressoshow.com. And for more information on expert wellness tips, do remember to visit beprepared365.co.za. For now, let's get into some morning movement along with you, Ryle and Joss.
Yeah, you heard it. I was literally warming up because it's so cold right now, Mzansi. And I know you got that feeling of just like staying in bed, not moving, but trust me, I feel the same. I feel like all my injuries, all the sort of niggles get highlighted during this time when it gets colder. So I'm grateful that Joss is here because hopefully we can change all of that. So hopefully you can join us, get out of bed, and let's start moving, get the endorphins flowing. It's a beautiful way to start the day. And I think these are the exercises that are perfect for the colder days when you want to get moving but need something accessible, energizing, and effective. Those are 3 boxes. Tick, tick, tick. Why? Because Joss is here. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, like I love the conversation. It makes absolute sense, and I think it's been the inspiration for why I was warming up, because I'm excited for this.
Yes.
Often we get out of bed, it's like you're stiff and you're cold and you, I don't want to
We've all
move.
been there, we've all been there. Yeah.
Cool. So what do you have for us?
Okay, so for today, it's just like a little bit of a movement flow, just to show people that you can do this from home. You can get up before you do work and just like flow through the body
No
and
excuses.
get your blood moving. Okay,
Let's go.
So we're gonna take a nice little roll down through the spine. So you like stretch out those hammies, and you're going to walk out through your mat, and then you're gonna bring your left leg to your left hand. Perfect. And we're going to open up that chest, taking a nice little breath in and then close it. So we're also going to open up those hips and open up. You can even roll your wrists, getting ready to
My
type
hips
away if you're
are
at the desk.
so tight. I was playing about like 4 hours of paddle yesterday, doing a shoot as well.
Oh, cool.
And I'm feeling it in the hips, so this is perfect. Wow.
Amazing. Let's go one more. And then you're gonna switch to the other side. So just get a little stretch the back of the legs and then bring it to the right. Nice round and open up. And open up those wrists. Good, lower it down. Trying to open up into your hips and open. Very nice. Let's do one more that side. Open up.
You can literally feel with every rep, you start to get like lower and lower, and the rust starts to work.
You start to ease into it.
I
That's
think
exactly what
everybody
we
needs
want.
this. Mzansi, come on, you need to join in. This is perfect. All right, what's next?
Now we're going to stay seated. You're going to cross 90-90, so perfect for those paddle hips.
You want us to turn into a pretzel. All right.
Into the pretzel.
Wait, so you got the back leg
So you're
bent.
also going,
Okay.
Yeah,
There we
exactly,
go.
the pretzel. You're going to take your left hand and you're actually going to thread through
yes.
into the right side, going deep into those hips and the glutes. Perfect form. And then opening up to the side.
Hold on.
It's a nice
I've never done that stretch before. That feels so
Feels
good.
so good. Usually everyone says it about this one.
Lower
It's a nice
back,
little hip opening.
obliques, hips, everything.
Everything, all in one.
Thank you. Oh, man.
Perfect. And you thread through and up. So stretching out those glutes after that paddle game and all the way through.
This is exactly what I need. Oh.
And perfect. And then you're gonna switch over to the other side.
Oh my word, I literally can feel like these are like new hips here.
Yes.
What's happening? Where did these come from? I love it.
So getting into that 90-90 position, all the way through and open up. So we're also opening up that thoracic spine, your upper back.
I don't know if the camera can hear that, but I'm literally, my back is like cracking. It's like,
That's perfectly normal. That's perfectly normal. That's what it needs. It just needs some movement, some oil.
some oil to start
On
off
the
the day.
creek.
This is like fueling you for literally taking on anything in the day.
Yes, I love
Mid spine
that.
work, some hip work, yeah. Our whole body is coming alive.
Exactly, that's what we want.
How many reps or
Thanks.
sets in total do you do for this?
Usually you can do about 10 to 15, just however many you feel like released and good.
I
for the
already
day.
feel released. I'm like halfway into this. You got anything else for us? Is that
We
it?
got one more.
One
Can
more,
come
yes,
up
please.
onto standing. Okay, so you can have your feet a little bit of hip distance apart, shoulders back, and we're going to lengthen our hands all the way up above the head. Try to relax those shoulders, and then squeeze and push the bum up. And all the way back down, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. And slow down. So we're working into the ankle mobility, your hips, and lengthening that spine all the way down. And then pushing up. Because when we sit the whole day, like we always say, our hips become tight, chest. So we're trying to open up, strengthen the
This is
back.
highlighting a lot of the tightness in the back as well.
Yeah,
Feel that.
exactly. As we pull up, our lats are stretching all the way through. And you can already feel you're getting nice and warm.
Joss, how much of this should we do in a week or throughout the day?
If you can, anything is better than nothing. So I would suggest trying to wake up, maybe trying to do it in the morning, maybe while your kettle is boiling, maybe while you're getting ready.
Part of your routine. Brush your teeth, have your breakfast,
There we
get
go,
your movement going.
exactly. Those small little movement habits are so important to get going every single day.
If I could just convey the feeling right now, the pre-rowl and the post-rowl, after doing a
Yes.
move like this, I'm telling you, you need to buy into moving, Mzansi. You get to an age when you start approaching your 30s, it's like use it or lose it, so you definitely want to use it. And Josh has given us every reason to do so. I can't be more grateful. If you want more inspiration, reach out to her online, especially if you're a lady looking to be inspired. She is a specialist when it comes to unlocking the power of a woman. Right now, I'm not a woman, I'm a man, and she's done the same thing, so I'm feeling powerful. I'm ready to serve you, Mzansi. And I think we can look forward to what Zanele's got us plugged into. What else to look forward to on the show? But that was incredible.
Thanks, Rob.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Right, I want to do that stretch on the floor again. That was amazing.
Let's go, let's do it.
Wow. All right.
This winter, staying healthy is just a click away with BePrepared365.co.za, your go-to platform for trusted medical advice and helpful health tips. While taking charge of your wellness, ask your pharmacist about the Adcock Ingram OTC Winter Survival Pack, including Corenza Paracy, Medikil, Exvigen, and Adco Napamol. Stand a chance of winning weekly cash prizes by replying to the competition question on Expresso's social media pages with hashtag AdcockOTCWinter. T's and C's apply.
Oh, Zanzi, ndiyathanda unixelela ukuba xa kumnandi kumnandi. When it's nice, which is why we love being together with you, all in the name of feeling good on your Feel Good Breakfast show. And on the way, we still got lots to do, okay? We have up until 9 a.m. So you got to brace yourself. You got to strap yourself in. First and foremost, we're getting to chat to some Howard University students that are in South Africa to explore and immerse themselves in the Zulu language and culture. And friend, there's lots to hear about this because how are they experiencing what we call home? We're going to be hearing all about it. And then also on the way, the gorgeous Carissa, our Barbie this morning, she gets into the look that you've chosen for winter knit. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, all of that and a whole lot more right here on Expresso.
Optimize your gut health with Phytoceutics range of pre, pro, and postbiotics. Use code EXPRESSO for 15% off at phytoceutics.com.
welcome back, Mzansi. Yes, it is your Feel Good Breakfast show. And this morning, honey, we're getting a little bit international, but it is the international experiencing here, local. And what exactly am I talking about? Well, Howard University in the United States, they've sent over some amazing students that are here to immerse themselves in the culture and life and just even the language that is Zulu in our beautiful country, South Africa. And of course, it is all about that HU Zulu in South Africa program. And it's all about studying abroad and getting to know what exactly Zulu is all about here in Mzansi. So who exactly is here to tell us all about it? Well, I want to test out just how well, in fact, they are doing when it comes to their Zulu, because they're being taught by one of the best. I'm talking about Dr. Sipho Sithole. He is here. He is a lecturer, and he is the one who is actually behind this incredible program. And friends, I am so excited for us to get to know more, because they're here to experience, yes, the language and getting to know even more about what exactly it is when we talk about the Zulu culture. But they're actually getting to know the urban and the rural parts of KZN as well as Gauteng. So let's give them a feel-good welcome, everybody. You know what's up, Dr. Sithole. You know what's up. But I want to say sanibonani.
Yebo, sawubona.
Ninjani?
Siyaphila wena njani?
I'm feeling lenkosi. Oh my goodness, this is amazing. Wait, did you guys learn all of this like while you were here in South Africa? Before you didn't like get to know anything else?
We learned introductions in class.
Yeah, that's amazing. So, Kalubuza, bani gama lakho? Wena?
Agama lami Ngingu Amaya.
Amazing.
Igama lami Gingu Kaori Isibongo Sami Cannon.
Ooh, child, yes.
Igama lami Gingu Janasia.
Good. Let's give them a round of applause. That is not easy, guys. Well done. Okay, let me start with the doctor, the man behind all of this, because, I mean, doctor, I feel like this is really so incredible. The fact that you've got this program that is just all about allowing our Howard University students come and immerse themselves in the Zulu culture. But, you know, what exactly is it that you find most rewarding about being able to teach Zulu to our incredible peeps that are coming from abroad?
I guess for me, it's really from imagining what the Zulus are, who the Zulus are, where we live and how we live, in class in the US, and then finally coming here and experiencing it and feeling it and touching it. Because the whole idea is to say, it's not enough just to teach the language, but you must live with the people. Take them to the villages, show them how to go fetch water from the river and everything.
Wow.
And everything they have to know about the greatest Zulu kingdom, the greatest Zulu kings that ever lived, taking them to the cultural sites, to the historical sites in Zululand, whilst we're also teaching, because it's quite an immense program. It's 140 hours of teaching the actual isiZulu, and then also taking them out to go and experience and mingle.
That's incredible. And beautiful ladies, I have to come to you because I'm just like, I can imagine that there's so much to adapt to, because South Africa and the US, completely different. You know, yes, we have one or two sort of, you know, things that allow us to have that common sort of ground. But how are you adapting to this new cultural, I want to say, experience? We can start with you.
So for me, it has been like a very big change, but honestly, it's been something that I wouldn't trade for the world. So I wouldn't really say that there's specific ways that I have adapted, just fully immersing myself within the culture, just taking everything on head on, not being scared to try new things, and also not being closed-minded. I feel like it's very important to be open-minded, because if you go into these settings closed-minded, then you're not going to be receptive of the things that are going on around you. So just making sure that, like, I'm always focused in class and everything.
I love that. You are focused, honey. You spoke that Zulu, okay? You guys are doing the thing. Yeah, of course. It's my pleasure, Tom. But, my love, I want to ask you then, in terms of just, you know, not even just the cultural differences, but even just the ways in which we do things on a completely different level. How has that been?
Yes. So things as small as the roads, like I've noticed the steering wheel is on the right side. The roads are like reversed. But I'm glad we get to immerse ourselves into the culture and actually meet the people and not just learning the language, because I've noticed that the people of South Africa are so resilient. Like, we did a homestay at the professor's house, and at home, I take like 30-minute hot showers. The water stays hot the whole time. And we had to do like 5-minute bird baths to keep the water from running out, or keep the cold water, like keep the hot water running. And it's just taught me how different you guys live. You conserve so much. The bathrooms, it's not like a roll in every public bathroom, a roll of tissue. There's like pieces of tissue, you grab your own tissue.
Yeah.
There's not always paper towels. There's not always soap. And I'm like, it makes me appreciate the little things that I have.
That's incredible. I've never heard anyone call it a bird bath. That's new. I
That's
like that. I'm
become bird
keeping that.
bath.
We're keeping that term, okay?
This one went to fetch water, actually.
Oh, I did?
Girl, do you know that when he said when to go fetch water, I was going to say, I've never even fetched water, okay? There's like a tank at home, I suppose, as in like in the rural areas. But that's incredible. But talk to me a little bit just about, you know, what exactly made you want to get to know the Zulu language, Janesha? Why did you think to yourself, I want to be part of this program?
Truthfully, Dr. Sipho Satole.
Really?
Yes, when he came to Howard University last year,
Yeah.
he truthfully changed my life.
Aww.
I've never had a professor so caring and supportive
Yeah.
and that just genuinely loves to teach.
Yeah.
He took me from the traditional classroom setting that I was used to and transitioned my whole Howard experience. I came to South Africa because of him. He taught us how to dance and how to say war songs and war cries. And honestly, I fell in love. I had to come here and experience it myself.
That is so beautiful. I love that. Yes, life changer. I love that. So one last thing, Dr. Sithole, just to kind of just wrap things up.
Ow.
You know, when we talk about the
We're
program in
rapper.
itself,
We're wrapping it up already.
Yes, we have the 7 years. Talk to us. How do you see this program evolving? And, you know, how did you actually make it as important? And I want to also say just as different as you have for them to be able to have the experience they've had.
I think the US government really invests in making sure that their citizens can acquire foreign languages.
Sure.
Because this is made possible by the Department of Education, which is called the Foreign Language Studies. And that's really, we're going to continue to do this. This is now our 3rd year in South Africa.
Yes.
And we're coming back every year. And we'll also be asking again for interviews with a different cohort of students.
Yes.
And how we see it, we want them to be able to converse fully
Yeah.
in isiZulu and also understand the culture.
That's beautiful. I love that. And guys, I have to ask you, because I mean, you're here for 6 weeks and then you're back out. When you get back to the US, what is the first thing you're going to tell them about in terms of South Africa?
The dancing.
That's right.
Yes.
We were huge on that. I love that. Yeah, and you, babe?
The singing, like we sing in class, and I understand why the professor wanted us to be so passionate about the singing, because I feel like everybody here can sing. Like,
Yes.
I was like, do they have to take singing class in primary school or something? Because everybody can sing, and it's like you feel it in your heart when they sing. There's no need for like a microphone. Their voices are so loud.
I love
And you can
that.
feel the pride. It's like you can feel the pride they have for their country
Yeah.
when they sing.
And I've been telling everyone I'm Beyonce, so I need you to, like, you know, please help me out and tell them that. I love that. And you, my babe?
For me, it's Ubuntu. I am because you are. Leaning on your community and allowing them to lean on you as well.
Yes. Oh, guys, siyabonga. Thank you so much for coming through.
you.
You guys are
Siyabonga.
incredible and well
Siyabonga,
done
Nat.
for what you're doing,
Yeah.
because it's so different to go to another country and have to immerse yourself the way that you are. You know, sometimes we'll like go to Italy and be like, oh, I'm immersing myself, but you're there for 2 days. You guys are literally living the life, fetching water and everything. So well done on that, and all the best for your
Siyabonga.
future.
Siyabonga.
Kubonga mina. And thank you, Dr. Sithole, for doing what you're
Thank you so
doing.
much. Yes.
Oh, man. Mzansi, do you see this? Do you see the way that we're having just such a beautiful cultural exchange? It is Howard University. There's Zulu in South Africa. Beautiful study abroad program that is doing amazing things, as you can tell. Look, now we've got friends here in Expresso that are from the US. And honestly and truly, I feel like it is one thing that we can always say. It is that Ubuntu, that
Definitely a beautiful moment of cultural exchange, just to echo Zanele's words there, and a wonderful way to bring us into our 7 o'clock news. With 2 minutes after 7 o'clock, let's get into it. Well, nationally speaking, Agriculture Minister John Steenhuisen has confirmed outbreaks of foot and mouth disease in 5 provinces: Gauteng, KwaZulu-Natal, Limpopo, Northwest and Mpumalanga. Now, he warned that non-compliance with livestock movement regulations will result in criminal charges. During a visit to the Quran beef feedlot in Gauteng, he said the government had secured 43 million rand to purchase vaccines, with the first batch already delivered and a second on the way. Regulations are in place to curb the spread, but officials are urging strict adherence to containment measures. In other news in the country, South Africa has signed a $1.5 billion loan agreement with the World Bank to accelerate infrastructure development and vital structural reforms. Now, the National Treasury says the 16-year loan with a 3-year grace period will improve energy security, freight transport, and help shift the country towards a low-carbon economy. Now, the loan also aims to stimulate economic growth, attract private investment, and strengthen public institutions. Charged at the overnight rate plus 4.9%, the deal aligns with Treasury's strategy to stabilize finances and control debt costs. In your international news making headlines, Iran launched missiles at the Al Udeid U.S. base, in Qatar, following American strikes on its nuclear facilities. But Qatari air defenses intercepted the attack, preventing casualties. Now, Iran warned the U.S. and Qatar hours in advance via diplomatic channels. While Tehran called the strike, quote, devastating, U.S. officials confirmed no injuries or deaths. The assault, amid rising Middle East tensions, prompted Kuwait to close its airspace and airlines, such as Egypt Air and Pakistan International, to suspend flights, while Abu Dhabi-based Etihad Airways warned of disruptions. Meanwhile, 3 Kenyan police officers and 3 civilians have been charged with the murder of 31-year-old blogger Albert Ojwang, who died in police custody earlier this month. Now, his death following arrest over alleged defamation of Deputy Police Chief Eliad Lagat has sparked national outrage. An initial claim that Ojwang died of self-inflicted wounds was retracted after an autopsy revealed signs of assault. Now, protests have turned violent, with a street vendor critically injured by police. Lagat has stepped aside pending investigations, but denies any wrongdoing. And closing up your 7 o'clock news with a very feel-good story. Now, a few days ago, we reported on global superstar Taylor Swift's surprise visit to young patients at Florida's Joe DiMaggio Children's Hospital, a moment that turned an ordinary day into a joyful celebration. But the story didn't end there. No, after hugging and encouraging children like 7-year-old Majesty, who lives with a serious heart condition, Swift's fans took action. Now, in true Swiftie spirit, they raised over $15,000 for Majesty's care and also offered generous support to 2-year-old Alia undergoing chemo and 10-year-old Zoe battling cancer. Taylor brought smiles, but her fans brought the real help. It's a beautiful reminder of how kindness once sparked can catch fire in the best way. And also a wonderful reminder once again of Ubuntu, I am because you are. That is where we leave your 7 o'clock news. Let's get into some sporting highlights. Raul's got the latest.
Thank you so much, Carissa. And yes, let's dive back into the world of sport. And we're going to start off with rugby news. And All Blacks coach Scott Robertson has unveiled a 33-man squad featuring 5 debutants for July's 3-test series against France. Now, led by captain Scott Barrett, the lineup includes newcomers Brodie McAllister, Ollie Norris, Fabian Holland, Duplessis Karifi, and Timosi Tavatava Nawai. Now, we also have Samasoni Tokoa as well as Quinta Poa, who return as Robertson balances experience with fresh opportunity in his selections. Well, from rugby, we move to football, and Kavichi Kavachelia and Achraf Hakimi struck in each half as PSG beat Seattle Sounders 2-0 to reach the Club World Cup last 16. Now, bouncing back from a Botafogo defeat, the French champions topped Group B on goal difference, and they'll face Group A's runners-up next Sunday in Atlanta. We now move to cricket, and captain Hayley Matthews smashed 65 runs off 50 balls to guide West Indies women to a 6-wicket win over the Proteas women, sealing the T20 series 2-1 in Barbados. Now, chasing down the target with 9 balls to spare, the hosts bounced back after losing the opener. And both teams shared the white ball honours, with the Proteas taking the women's ODI series 2-1. Absolutely brilliant stuff, and congratulations. But lastly, let's talk about MotoGP action. Now, Liberty Media's €4.3 billion acquisition of MotoGP has been approved unconditionally by the European Commission, clearing the path for a 3rd of July completion. Now, the Formula One owners will take an 84% stake, with Dorna Sports retaining 16%. And the move ushers in a new era for motorcycle racing under Liberty's global sports empire. Well, we'll be sure to catch all that action and the transition that takes place. But for now, though, speaking of motorsporting, a lot of you heading out on the road. So hope you don't motor, hope you stick to the rules, and let's see how we can assist you.
Thank you so much, my Ral. And Mzansi, we never ever want traffic to ruin your morning, okay? And this is why we keep you up to date with what's happening and where you'd possibly need to be extra cautious. Starting off in Gauteng Midrand, there's a stationary truck on the N1 northbound at New Road, resulting in a left lane closure. Do approach the area with caution and make use of the affected route, but knowing that you might, in fact, be a little bit delayed. Then in Cape Town, the mother city, Milnerton, traffic is slow moving along the N7 North at Bosmansdam Road. Delays are expected as we ease into peak traffic, so please remain cautious while driving over there. Then keeping it in the mother city, in Kells River, delays are being experienced as a result of congestion along the R300 North at the N1 inbound ramp, rather. You need to make sure that you please maintain a safe following distance over there. And remember to buckle up and arrive alive. For now, though, let's get into your weather. Now, this morning, the South African Weather Service has warned that a powerful cold front is expected to make landfall in Cape Town tomorrow, bringing damaging waves, strong winds and disruptive rainfall. The city's Disaster Risk Management Center has issued multiple yellow level warnings, level 4 for waves from tomorrow evening, level 2 for winds and rain through to Thursday morning. Officials urge residents to please prepare by waterproofing structures, clearing gutters and diverting water. All emergency agencies remain on high alert. We urge you to please make sure that you stay safe and take all of the caution that you can when it comes to that, Cape Town. For now, though, let's get into something that I absolutely love. It is our sunrise view, where we get to see what it is you're waking up to. And oh my goodness, Angie from Kobecha, my love, you need to become a photographer, because what is this? This is so stunning. I see the palm trees, their silhouette. The sun is the perfect color of orange, and absolutely everything else that comes through. It looks gorgeous. I wish I was waking up in Kobecha this morning, but you're allowing us to feel like we are there, Angie, so thank you so much. And Mzansi, it's your turn. You got to snap up a picture, send it through on WhatsApp, and here's the number in case you don't have it, 063 036 9649. And like I always say, we get to show the rest of the country what it is you're waking up to. So keep them coming, yeah? For now, though, let's get into what your temperatures are looking like today.
Well, I think it's only fitting after hearing how cold it's going to get that we layer with confidence. And earlier, Carissa turned to you, Mzansi, to hopefully to help pick between two stylish winter knit looks. And of course, we got options. Y'all had the final chance to make that decision and come through with a vote. But before we even reveal it, let's see what y'all had to say about these looks. We've got a couple of comments that we wanted to read through. So let's get it going right now. And we got Charmaine Bayer first up, who says, oh, yes, I love that. Option 2, definitely chic, racy, and so fitting for our go-getter girl. She's a go-getter. I definitely agree with you on that one. But let's see what other comments have come through. We've got Marlene Cheryl Lesh, who says, I like both. I think I agree with you, Marlene, but number 2 is more fitting for today. All right, weighing in that option, let's see what else people have to say. Twana Ka Gaddafi. Wow, that's really warm-looking, Carissa. Option number 2, pretty gorgeous classic. And then in brackets, animal print, blue jean, white knitwear. in this future millennium. Oh, okay, loving these. Let's see if we got any other comments. We got Portia Rat who says option 2 does it for me. It looks like we're tallying it up here, and it looks like we have a winner. So Mzansi, I'm going to start off by saying thank you. Misos gracias. You have done a thing, and our lady is looking incredible. Let's bring her out here. Carissa,
Right,
look at you, boo.
Looking great. And yes, the red lip had to actually stay because matching with the animal print, it really is just something that I think I said earlier, the combos, they are communicating. You can't go wrong with classic blue jeans, a beautiful cable knit, and something warm.
You look good, and it's elevated your entire mood even. So I think happy with the choice.
Listen, Mzansi knows each and every time exactly what's actually better for me, because I was leaning towards the other option, but seeing myself in this, I'm like, yes, well done. You all did
You
well.
put the trust in your hands, and you'll delivered. Mzansi, thank you so much. She looks amazing, to say the least, and I think you have every reason now to look this good as well. And you can shop your stylish winter essentials at Woolies, available in store, online, and of course on the app. You know, I think I'm going to start the show off by putting more trust out there. I think that you just showed us that we can trust you. So why don't we bring that conversation through and talk about how to trust your timing and I think define your potential and your success.
Wow.
And that's a conversation we could all get involved in.
That's a big conversation too. I can't wait to get into that. And speaking about superstar-sized conversations, I'm talking about Shekinah, baby. Our songbird that we're so proud of as a nation is in the studios out in Jersey. We're a little bit jealous over here, but listen, Expresso fam, nonetheless, you get to enjoy the beauty that she is and see exactly what she's been getting up to lately. I heard Rose Fest might be making a comeback, so let's see all about that straight after this.
Okay.
It's a happy Tuesday indeed, because we're together right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And do you know how we're going to be feeling good? Can you see how excited I am? It is because our Rose is in the building. I'm talking about none other than Shakana, one of the biggest artists that South African can boast about, because her voice is one that doesn't just travel across the continent. Maybe it goes across the world, okay? And she is here to celebrate with us because Rose Fest is back, and it is bigger, it is better. She's a platinum-selling artist, an award-winning queen, and we get to celebrate her by saying on the 9th of August, we're all going to be together at Rose Fest. It is at the Walter Sisulu Botanical Gardens, and I'm so excited for it. But let's hear how, in fact, the beautiful queen herself is excited about it, because it is yet again another beautiful celebration. Everyone, let's welcome her, Shakana. Shakana.
Hi.
How are you, gorgeous?
I'm so good.
That's good.
It's like really early for all this energy. I love it though.
It's the excitement for Rose Fest.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
I receive it.
Exactly. But babe, before we get to Rose Fest, I mean, like I said, you're someone whose voice transcends just like the continent. It goes above and beyond. But what still inspires you to make music? Like, what makes you feel like I'm going to wake up and I'm going to make this for South Africa?
I ask myself this all the time, and I'm like, every time I get to a show, I realize that, oh, I'm going to be doing this till I'm old. I don't know. I just know that it's just something I love to do. I don't think I will ever not do it.
Yeah.
No matter how awkward it gets, you will always be singing. You'll always be singing with me,
Yes. And can I tell you, I mean, even when we were at your launch the other day for Rose Fest, I literally was like, this person loves music.
I know.
Like, you're obsessed with it.
I am obsessed with it. It's a feel good. I love that song.
Can you record for us, please? Feel good breakfast. I'll do the backing vocals for you, okay? Amazing. Perfect. But babe, speaking of doing other things, you know, when we talk about music, particularly in South Africa, we have so many different ways that we can go, you know, when it comes to genres and things like that. Are there certain genres that you still want to experiment with? Like, will we ever get an Amapiano song from Mushakaina?
Imagine.
Not imagine. What does that mean?
No, I think that would be really cool. I think that would be really cool. I love to experiment. Yeah. But I do tell people I do go to one piano session like every 2 months.
Okay.
Just nothing good has come yet.
Don't lie. Shakana, are you serious?
I swear, I'm not doing great. Ask the producers, they know. The piano is not pianoing.
The pianos is not pianoing for you.
The pianos is not, but I'm trying.
Okay, talk to me about this. Who do you really want to work with?
Oh,
in the piano scene?
Definitely want to work with Kabza and Nkosazana daughter.
Yes.
I want to do something with Stana.
So have you been in studio with any of those people?
I've definitely been in studio with a few people.
And you just didn't like it?
No, I'm just not cracking that code.
Babe, okay, I'll give you some lessons. Okay?
Thanks, please.
Okay, I'm joking, I know nothing. I'm just... But Shakana, I feel like, you know, when we talk about you as a person, you're someone who does continue to evolve when it comes to your sound and it comes to you as an artist, you know. When we now talk about, like, one of the things that I really think is so important when it comes to artists, which is, I guess, the work that you put out.
Yes.
Like, does it still feel the same way from the first day when you were putting out music? Is it now a little bit more comfortable? Or are you still that person who's like, yo, I'm so nervous?
It's worse.
Really?
Yes, I think when you're younger, like, you're like, I want everyone to know who I am. And then the older you get, the less confident in your art you get. But the same way, you know, you have to do it, so you just want to show up better. So it gets more challenging.
I get that.
But more rewarding,
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I love that it gets rewarding. Please, let me tell you, I say this all the time when I'm talking to superstars like you, where I'm like, you guys pour so much into us by allowing us to heal through the music and things like that, that I'm always like, I hope it pours into you as well.
No, tenfold.
Beautiful.
Yeah, for sure.
But babe, we now need to talk about the Rose in the room.
Yes.
It is Rose Fest. Talk to us about this. What inspired you to curate a festival like this, and why was it so important for you to do, particularly in Women's Month?
So I think when I was coming up in the industry, I realized that all the men in our industry had properties. You know, there was the Super Mega Show, there was Fill Up the Dome, Nasty C had Iverson Tour.
Yes.
And I felt like women were not owning the space and they didn't like have any properties for themselves.
Sure.
And I also realized that the lineups were generally 90% male. And I realized I wasn't working a lot in Women's Month. So there really was just a gap on the 9th of August. There wasn't anything happening.
Yeah.
And I just felt like, why not get together with all the girlies, celebrate Women's Month, and try and make sure all the suppliers, all the vendors, all the security, all the stage takers, all women, and just be together.
Yeah.
So that's really what it came from, just feeling like, oh, there's not a lot of representation for women in our space. So yeah.
Girl, that's so important.
Yeah.
It's so important for young girls to see, like, you know, young women
Yeah,
taking on such a
100%.
big feat.
Yes.
Because it's not a small thing. A festival is difficult. I mean, all the people you just mentioned, you have to pay them, you have to do this
Oh,
and that.
don't remind me. The invoices are waiting.
Invoices are waiting, darling. Not everything's rosy.
No,
but,
don't kill me.
But it's okay
Yeah.
because it allows us to have Rose Fest. So we're happy.
100%.
But talk to me just a little bit about who's going to be on the lineup for 2025. Why is it such a big deal this time around? And why should everyone be there on the 9th of August?
We have such an incredible lineup. We are a daytime thing, so I keep telling everyone, get there early. Our venue's not big, so buy your tickets as soon as possible.
Yes.
Our lineup is really special. I don't want to give too much away, but I can say we have the perfect blend from alternative R&B to the best piano that our
Darling.
country has to offer.
Darling.
So it's a secret, but we really have a powerful lineup. I can confirm that.
I love that. And of course, I mean, you're even on the lineup.
I'm on the, like,
it's already
somewhere there,
powerful.
like,
Fan night, it's
somewhere
already
there,
got it.
there.
Okay, so Maisha Gaina,
Yes.
firstly, where are we getting tickets?
You can get your tickets at Web Tickets.
Yes.
Thank you. Cute little 350.
Nice. It's cute. It's demure.
Yeah. It's not too hectic, but it's worth it. Yeah.
I love that. I love that. And I'm sorry. I love the fact that you said thank you. Thank you for buying that ticket.
Yeah, literally, thank you. Yes.
I love that.
Goes a long way.
And secondly, just to end off, I have to ask you, it would be remiss of me not to. Can you please sing our intro song? The Feel Good Breakfast Show. But wait, I need to lead you into it. This is a big moment. You're kind of singing our intro song. Here we go. Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, in 3, 2, 1.
It's your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Ooh! I'm obsessed with that song.
We're obsessed.
I'm obsessed.
With you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming through, babe. And congratulations on yet another Rose Fest.
Yay.
We know it's going to be even more successful than the last one. And we cannot wait to be there on the 9th of August.
I appreciate you.
We appreciate you,
Thank
darling.
you.
Please keep being amazing, okay?
Gonna try.
Okay, she's gonna try. But listen, this is why I always say that we absolutely are obsessed with getting to just celebrate our peeps that make us proud to be South African. And this queen right here, she's one of those people. This voice, it continues to do the things, but she's also a boss babe who is owning the space with Rose Fest. It's happening on the 9th of August. You can get your tickets on Web Tickets. She said a cute little 350 Rand. It gets you in and it allows you an incredible lineup along with a beautiful experience. So we can't wait to see you there. I know we're going to be there, but we can't wait to see you there as well, okay? For now, though, we're getting into a whole lot more with the beautiful Carissa, my babe. How you doing over there?
Oh, we're babing it out here in Cape Town. Please tell Shekinah I say hi. I love my girl. I miss my girl. Right now, though, we're going to take a pause and get back with another cup of Jacob's coffee and definitely get into some wisdom where every cup of coffee holds a story. Well, as we know, most conversations are best paired with a very strong cup of coffee, and we're pairing this morning's conversation with the perfect brew in the Jacobs Barista Expresso Italiano. Yes, that name is intentional, and we have to get into the goodness of this, offering a bold character and flavor with subtle hints of dark chocolate and slightly spicy undertones that works perfectly in an espresso format or even in a cappuccino or latte. Today, we're having it strong and black, and we're also exploring the conversation all around trusting the timing of your life and defining your own version of success. And we've got incredible guests with us today. Transformational life coach Paulo Mendes and also Sandre Adams, registered counselor. Please help me in giving them a feel-good welcome. As if the coffee wasn't enough to wake you up, I'm hoping that was something, right? Welcome, guys. Welcome back. Paulo, it's good to have you here. This is quite a deep conversation, but I know it's going to resonate with a lot of people. So we're going to start off here. Sandra, maybe I can start with you, talking about perhaps a moment in your life when things didn't go according to plan. You were questioning a lot, but in hindsight, you kind of looked back and said, that's exactly what I needed. Has there ever been a moment like that for you?
I cannot start to even tell you how many
Okay,
moments
let's
I've
get
had
into it.
of that. I think, overall, I've had so many experiences in my life where, you're chasing a goal and you want to do things the right way and tick the boxes, whether it's studying, marriage, children, whatever it is, it feels like there's a certain way you need to do it. And then everything falls apart, whether it's COVID, you know, or getting retrenched. Those are some of the things I've experienced. And if I think about it now, 5 years later, had I not been retrenched, I wouldn't have been in private practice.
Sure.
I wouldn't have been a lecturer. I wouldn't have been a mom of 2 amazing boys. So it pushes you at times when things go wrong onto a different path that you would never have, you know, explored at all. So I think I'm so open to these mistakes that I trust the process now and the way it molds me as a person. So definitely.
Sure, trust is a tricky one to even say out loud, trusting the process, because you also are letting go of some control when you do that as well. Paul, have you had a moment like that in your life before?
So many also, and very similar story.
Okay.
In the beginning of COVID, I had just left a 16-year career in corporate where I was doing training and development, and the security of, you know, the car, the pension plan, the big salary, corporate position, and to go into private practice with the life coaching. And I was little by little building it very shyly, very trying to find my niche market, and I had no idea how to do that. And pandemic came in, lockdown, and I was literally freaking out. How am I going to do now? How am I going to work with clients? They can't come see me. And quickly, clients moved towards the online process, doing video calls, and it went so quickly, so well. Immediately, they started referring their friends and family because the married friends or their own marriages needed help now with the face-to-face all the time.
Yes.
You know, spending so much
Stuck
time
in the house with your partner?
Exactly. So it literally shifted from just being a transformational life coach working with individuals to actually working with couples. And it shifted my focus completely to building up the individual towards a family sense of purpose, of identity, and a vision for life. So not only helped me expand my business to what it is now, but it helped me narrow down to actually have a clear, more sense, fulfillment, purpose in my own program, in my own coaching.
I love that. And I love the themes of openness and expansion that you guys are talking about. And when you do open yourself up to stuff, it means the possibilities are endless, right, at the end of it. Let's get into talking about redefining success, because I think growing up, we all have very strong ideas of what success is supposed to look like. But then when you experience life, you realize, okay, the goal shifts are moving just a little bit. So how did you redefine success, or what did success become? What meaning did success have for you later on?
Obviously, initially, success was security, financial security, status, and, you know, just having all these accolades. I think I only stopped studying last year when I realized, you know what, you don't actually need that PhD.
Right.
You know, you have undergrad, you have 2 honors and a master's. What are you chasing? You know, and if I look back, that is 12, maybe 15 years of my life not being fully present. And just going through ticking boxes, you know, wanting to not only feel like I was successful, but everybody else's perception, being an only child as well.
Ooh,
so all eyes is always on you, right?
there.
Exactly. And so you feel like you need to perform in a role of you and not be authentically yourself. And I think through falling and graciously getting up, you develop this grit in life.
Sure.
You know, and so I would say that for me, success is to be able to manage that grit with grace, finding your purpose, and I think being peaceful in every moment, being mindful and present, because life goes by so quickly. I look back and I think, geez, I'm 35 now, and I wouldn't change a thing, honestly. So success is all about being present, in my opinion, and finding that peace. So that's what I would say.
I love that.
It is
Taking
for
on
me.
that grit with grace. I don't even think that you heard yourself say that. I said, mic drop. That is a beautiful moment. All right, we've got to wrap things up, but I want you to plug where people can find you, whether it's themselves or their marriages, or they just need some help along their way in terms of finding their purpose. Where do they find you guys, online or in person?
Both.
Okay.
For me, both. You can find me on Instagram, social media, all platforms. Sandra Adams, registered counselor. You can Google me and find all my details there.
Beautiful. How about you, Paulo?
And you can find me also on Instagram, Coach Paulo M for Mendes, Coach Paulo M. And then on my website, coachpaulomendes.co.za.
Beautiful. And make sure that you plug yourself to get yourself on the right path. And that's it for today, though. Expresso family will be back with some more Jacob's Cup of Wisdom going forward. And as we sip the last drop, maybe a couple of last drops, we're left with lessons on resilience, purpose, grit, and the power of timing. So come back soon.
Find your wonderful. Jacob's Wunderbar.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, my beautiful family. You're still right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And this morning, we're getting to celebrate a queen. She is someone who is showing that, in fact, my friend, it is never too late to chase your dreams. She is someone who, from Taste Master South Africa Season 6, has made absolute waves. And, in fact, just like the flavors on Taste Master SA that are bold, beautiful, and just an experience and a half, that is what this queen is. And I cannot wait for you to get to know, if you don't know her just yet, Dustine. I am so excited for us to celebrate her because her journey has been one that is truly remarkable. Why? She's a self-taught cook and she's at the age of 55 doing the things that need to be done. And this is why I'm so keen for us to get to know more about it. Everyone, let's welcome her. It's Dustine. Dustine, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm amazing, thank you.
Yeah.
My gorgeous, your journey has been so amazing.
Thank
We always need to go back to the beginning. Talk to us a little bit about what exactly sparked your love for food as a whole and even just cooking.
Wow, good morning, everybody. It's fantastic to be here this morning.
Yes.
If I think about going back in my life, what really inspired me, I guess it was my mom and later on my mother-in-law.
Yeah.
You know, the women in my family just had an intrinsic fascination and desire to cook.
Yes.
So I was in the kitchen helping along and enjoying myself. It was brilliant.
That's beautiful. I love that. Women in our lives have such big impacts on our lives. Because now look at you. You know, something that they did and have just been able to really, I think, instill in you as well.
Yeah.
But now when we talk about entering the competition, Taste Master South Africa, that's a big decision to make.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
What was the moment where you said, okay, I'm going to take this leap?
Do you want the truth?
Yes, please. we want only the truth.
Oh, gosh, it was up for grab. Well, an opportunity, and I had a dinner with my two beautiful daughters and a friend of mine.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, it was a couple of glasses of wine.
That's so funny, yes.
That brought a bit of courage
Yeah.
and for me to make that commitment and say, this is it, I'm going to do it.
That's beautiful.
Well,
you know what? I'm glad you got the courage. That's what matters.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's been quite the experience for each and every one of you that have been on this show.
Yeah.
But let's talk about what exactly it has been that really has stuck out to you when we talk about challenges and even just like the highlights.
Yeah.
What has been that big thing for you?
I think you can never explain to people the amount of pressure on a show like this. You know, we all love cooking shows. We love to watch them.
Yes.
And we love the hype and the excitement. But
Yeah.
I can tell you now, when you're on that set, behind the camera, words cannot even describe how nerve-wracking it was, particularly for me. So I think for me, learning about that, I thought I was quite confident. I thought that I was accomplished. But my word, I'm not a TV personality, and I got to find that out in the show. But the camaraderie amongst the contestants was something that I really, really didn't expect. They are the most amazing bunch of people, all 9 of them, and very, very talented. So I learned a lot. Yeah,
That's beautiful.
I learned a lot from them.
Justine, I'm so glad to hear that because I feel like you said, it's a lot of pressure. And for me, I'm like, I'd burn everything. Do you know what I mean? So the fact that you didn't, I'm so proud of you. So it's just from the pressure itself. It just, but you're speaking about having learned a lot. You're a self-taught cook.
Yeah.
How was that journey for you in terms of really just learning and actually allowing yourself to, I think, really get into this world of cooking?
Yeah. Look, I think there's a place for every kind of cook. There's a place for very high end. There's a place for everyday, kind of feeding people.
Yeah.
And I learned that on the show. The people that were in, the other contestants came from a multitude of different backgrounds, from very high end to also self-taught people. So there's a place for everybody.
Yeah.
And I think that, for me, learning that there's just, you never stop learning, and to take this on a little bit older in life, I just am so excited because there's just so much more to do, and explore and grow. So I'm loving it, absolutely loving it.
That's beautiful. And speaking of the stage in your life that you find yourself now, what made you really decide that you want to chase your culinary dreams now?
Well, I'd had a long career in corporate. And I'd been in many boardrooms for many years.
What were you doing in corporate?
I was in advertising, in media.
Wow.
Yeah, media planning.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed all of that time, but it came to an end and it was time to look at something else and how to pivot. And, with the time that I have now, I just thought, what the hell? Jump in, go for it. Life's short, enjoy and embrace every opportunity. So off I went.
Yeah.
And I'm really a beginner, actually, in this space.
But look at you. You're on Taste Master South Africa.
Yeah, well, I'm enjoying it and loving every minute. Really, I am.
That's incredible. Okay, I'm going to give you some time to think because we're going to be getting into the kitchen. Okay. I'm going to allow you to think of what advice you'd give to anyone right now who's afraid to step out at a later stage in their life. You as someone having been so, or rather having done so, and so beautifully as well. So I'm going to give you time to think, then we're going to step into the kitchen, okay?
No problem.
Beautiful. Justine Tobler is in the house from Taste Master South Africa Season 6. We're getting to know her a little bit better and getting to know her journey as well as someone who is 55 years old but is a self-taught cook and got onto this beautiful show all in the name of making her culinary dreams come true. It is always so incredible to see. And this is why we love Taste Master South Africa so much, okay? Every Tuesday, 7:30 p.m., it happens on SABC2. And you can find all of the deliciousness and all of the great stories right there when you decide to tune in.
It's a month full of deliciousness on the Tastemaster SA this Tuesday evening at 7:30.
At Mournful, we are known to bake these big, chunky, delicious cookies.
We need to start cracking, like seriously.
Oh,
Nothing is under control.
It's chocolate doing this. I don't know what they're going to think of this cookie.
Find out how the cookie crumbles on the Tastemaster SA. Tuesday evenings at 7:30, repeat Wednesdays at 1 and Sundays at 4 p.m. Only on SABC2.
Oh man, I'm loving everything that's happening this morning. I'm Zanzi, and I'm pretty sure you are too. We've got my girl warmed up, we've got great conversation, but let's be real. There's nothing better. Think about this. Stepping out of the shower, wrapping yourself in something soft, a plush towel, or curling up under a cozy blanket after a long day.
You speaking my language.
Can we speak serenity right now?
The ecosystem's feeling good right now. Now at Mambo's Storage and Home, you'll find quality towels, bath mats, and blankets and linens that just feel luxurious. But listen, it won't break the bank. You could get all 3 of these for a great price.
And listen, they do feel good. I wish I could convey the softness that's going on right now. These are absolutely perfect for homes, but also ideal for guest houses, B&Bs, schools, or restaurants. And I think anyone who needs to stock up on comfortable, durable essentials that actually last.
Yes, and if you do run a business, ask about Mambo's VIP buying card. I bet you didn't know they had that. It gives you access to exclusive bulk deals and discounts tailored just for you.
Yeah, just for you. I mean, we're talking about everything here. It's soft, everything's stylish, and everything made for everyday use. And it's all at Mambo's famously affordable prices. We're definitely not breaking the bank on this one.
Oh, I like the sound of that. You'll find them at Castlegate in Pretoria, Newmarket in Alberton, and the brand new store opening this Saturday, the 28th of June at Bales Bridge Promenade out in Centurion. So if you're in that area, please pop on by.
Yeah, what are you waiting for? And also, if you are one of the first 20 customers through the doors, you could win a 500 Rand voucher to spoil yourself even more.
Can you imagine? I would definitely get one of these babies right here. From fluffy towels to comforting blankets, Mambas has everything you need to turn your space into a cozy, stylish, very happy zone. And we're smiling right now. We're very happy.
Can't blame you on that one. You've been stroking this thing like it's your cat.
I know. It's like a sensory thing. I didn't even realize I've been touching it the whole time. It's so nice.
Oh, I absolutely love it. Also loving the fact that there's so much still to look forward to right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Mzansi. We're not going anywhere, and we're not just going to be warming up these good feels, but we'll be warming you up when we get into a new car, the Hyundai Alcazar. It's been something that the two of us have been loving. We've been planning so many road trips. We just need to go on them now. Plans are set.
Niceness calling is all I'm saying. That 6-hour drive is going to look super good in the beautiful car that we'll show you in a bit. Not only that, Justine, yes, she's still here. You met the woman. Now we put her in the kitchen and test her out when it comes to her cooking skills. A broccoli soup sounds about good right now.
Love that. Perfect for the cold that's coming through. So we're ready to warm you up in just a bit. See you soon.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Listen, we're looking a little different. We're looking even better than what you last saw us because the Hyundai Alcazar has many incredible features that we've been exploring over the last couple of weeks. But if you want your car to feel like it was built just for you, it all starts with the customization, doesn't it?
It really does. Now, you can literally customize the shortcut buttons on both the steering wheel and the infotainment screen. So your favorite features always just a tap or press away. So I think we're talking about everything. We've got voice commands going on here. We've got maps. There's media. It's all about putting the control where you want it. And Carissa and I have been on this road trip journey of late, thinking about all the incredible places we'd want to go. Right now, we don't need to go anywhere because we just got the comfort right here.
And I love this. The music's about to get blaring because you know we like to get the party started. But I got to ask you, Al, when you get into a car, what's the first thing you do?
Safety first, obviously.
Wow.
So got to put the seatbelt on, and I'm definitely going to find comfort. So adjusting the steering wheel, which is an option here. I can change the height. I mean, check at that. Whoa. So if I'm a shorter person and I want to be able to see the infotainment screen, I can just literally adjust it to that perfect ergonomic height. So you talk about comfort on the long road, you got it right here. Let's not forget our seatbelts.
Safety first.
Right.
Absolutely love it. Me personally, I'm always going for the music.
I was going to say, you're like perfect like road trip crew partner,
I'm a passenger princess, what can I say? So while you are sorting your ergonomics out, I'm going to sort the playlist out, and I've got some great music. What's nice is that you can customize this too. So obviously you have radio, media, the usual, but you can definitely set it up to have CarPlay. You could have your streaming service here. You could have your maps showing as well, whatever it is you need, as well as voice activation. So I really love that.
I love it. And I think this is the coolest part about it, Mzansi. Check this out. I don't know if you can see me through the screen right now, but it's cool if you don't even have a road trip partner, because what you can also do is customize the buttons on your steering wheel. So I don't need to be losing my attention. I don't lose or get distracted on the road by looking at the screen, trying to wonder what's happening. All I can do here is literally just use my steering wheel and all my customizations on here. I've got things like trip control. I've got my volume. I can answer a call. I can change to a new song. I can edit those songs, and I can even pause and adjust so many other things on this. So a customizable favorite button as well. So if you want something special like go to my favorite playlist or go to my favorite maps, you can customize that. And I love that about this. It makes this feel like the car was made for me.
Because it was made for you and it was made for our road trip. So all we have to do, actually, in fact, let us know where you would like to see us go, Mzansi. That would be so great. I know the West Coast in Cape Town looks absolutely amazing. And also I heard Coffee Bay is absolutely incredible. We have got the playlist sorted. Now we just have the navigation done. We just got to hit the road. Are you ready for some music?
I'm ready to hit the road. So the first thing you got to do before we hit the road is get some tunes going, Mzansi. And tunes we have. You want to put it up?
Okay, in 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, we got to start it slowly.
I love this part. Woo! We haven't even left the studio. We haven't even started moving, but clearly you can see how much fun we're having out here. And that's a reminder to you, Mzansi. If you're looking to do something crazy, get yourself in one of these vehicles. Plan some incredible road trips if you can. And you're literally going to be making memories that you will purely never forget.
I love that. It definitely fits our lifestyle, and I know that it will fit yours too. It is the Alcazar, and it is made, whatever you need it to do, it will do that just right now.
Okay, should we go now? Hands on the steering wheel, Ralph.
Hands on the steering wheel. I'll get the music. Woo, you gotta wait for the beat to drop.
I could say sorry, but I don't have much to say. You won't believe me anyway.
Hey!
Some schedule. I'm trying to set down me. I don't know me better.
When you're smiling, when you're smiling, the whole world smiles with you.
Oh man, the morning only continues to get more and more amazing and more delicious, which is why we are in the kitchen of Mzansi. Today we are about to find out what is a classic broccoli soup. What is the makings of it? How can we actually make one for ourselves, especially for those cold winter nights? Which is why from Taste Master South Africa Season 6, we've got Dustine Tobler in the house. Dustine, are you still good?
I'm fabulous and loving this.
I love that. I love the fact that you're here because I know I'm always looking for something healthy, but very quick to make because I don't make anything, if I'm being honest. But if it's quick enough, I'll attempt it.
Well, I hope that people can try this because it's absolutely delicious. And I think
Yes.
in winter, we're always looking for things, vegetable things to replace our salads.
Yeah.
That don't cost a lot of money to make, that are quick and easy and,
And
super healthy. Yeah, warm.
Yes.
Absolutely delicious, yeah.
Love that. So run me through what exactly are we going to be doing, and
Okay.
let's jump into it.
Super. So we're going to put some oil and fry off our onions.
Yes.
Then we're going to put in our broccoli, sorry, not our broccoli, our celery and our leeks. Add some potatoes, add the star of the show, the broccoli.
Nice, nice.
And then we'll put in a vegetable stock, which is great, makes a vegetarian meal, vegan meal.
Beautiful.
And cook that down slowly for 15 minutes or so. You blitz it up, you add your salt and pepper, a bit of parsley, and the secret ingredient then is a bit of blue cheese for those who like it.
Well,
it
let's
gives you-
jump in.
Okay.
Let's
Cool.
jump in.
Let's do it.
Oh, and blue cheese, I would have never guessed.
Well, it could be like a Stilton, just not too much oil for those on the health mission.
Yes, me. I'm on a health mission.
Okay.
Yes.
So we'll go easy with the oil.
I love that. Thank you, my Justine. But talk to me as well, because like you said, the star of the show is broccoli. What if someone doesn't like broccoli or they're allergic to broccoli? What are the alternatives that we can use?
Oh my gosh, there's so many. The most obvious one that comes to mind would be cauliflower.
Oh, that's
a nice
actually
cauliflower
true. I was
soup.
going to say carrot.
You could do carrot.
Really?
You could do butternut. You could do pumpkin.
Nice, yes.
You could do potato. Just keep it at potato. I keep the leaves on with the celery. All right, it gives more flavour, and
that.
you don't have to waste any of your vegetables.
Yes. And also, just on top of that, I'm also like, when we now look at making something like this, like you said, you could just keep it to your potatoes. You don't have to add anything else, just this without the broccoli, and it's good to go.
Well, you obviously need some spices, so put your salt and pepper in, maybe a touch of garlic if you wanted it. Garlic is always a great flavour enhancer.
Yes.
And then a good stock, you know. I just add a little potato, not too much, again, just because it thickens it up and makes it a little bit more hearty, especially in the winter. In the summer months, you could probably add a bit less of the potato, you know.
Yes, yeah, because
Make it
summer
more of a-
bodies, Justine, summer bodies. Yes, exactly. But Justine, talk to me as well, just about, the way in which you really have been learning and just growing on Taste Master South Africa. What's been the biggest takeaway for you?
Gosh, I learned so many lessons, honestly. But the one thing is that you need to just keep trying, keep growing. I keep doing courses, I keep trying new things and learning new skills.
Yes.
Because like food's like fashion.
It is.
It changes, and there's always new styles, there's new techniques.
Yeah.
And so just keep at it.
I love that.
Yeah. Can't be complacent.
I love that. And on top of that, earlier on, I gave you a little bit of a task for anyone who's, in a stage in their life where they feel like it's too late for me. I can't head out into the world and go after the dreams that I had or the opportunities that could possibly be. What do you say to those people? And what was it that really helped you to step out at 55 years old and say, I'm going to be a self-taught cook?
Well, I think the thing is, you hit your mid-50s. My children have left and gone away to varsity. And you kind of go, well, what am I going to do with my life?
Yeah.
And it's all about a choice. And I just decided to embrace this. And I would say to anybody that has, reaches a change of life or the menopause or empty nest or any of these symptoms of occurrences, just go for it.
I love that.
One life, it's short. Just absolutely embrace what you have.
Yes.
Go for it and live it,
Beautiful. Well, Justine, I am getting to the part of the show that I love when we're in the kitchen.
Yes.
It is tasting the classic broccoli soup. And I'm going to make sure I get some blue cheese in here because I'm very intrigued to taste what it's actually, comes out with.
The full flavour.
Yes, the experience.
Yes, yes.
So here we go. Oh, I mustn't take too much, Sana. I like to forget that I need to talk. Here we go.
Is it good? I'm so happy.
That is really good. And can I tell you, the most interesting part about it is how the blue cheese mixes with all the other flavors.
Elevates, right?
Yes. How did you... Why blue cheese?
I think it's the strength of the flavour that contrasts with the richness of the soup.
Sana, here is my breakfast. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Justine, One last thing, you know, in terms of being a self-taught cook, I mean, you spoke about how you always need to continue and everything. You know, what was the biggest lesson that you've taken from this journey of becoming a self-taught cook, and really just something you're really so excited about just to continue learning in?
Yeah, I think you have to really believe in yourself, you know, and understand that, you know, everybody on this planet is trying. Everybody is just trying to do their best and be the best version of themselves. So just keep trying, you know, keep working at it.
That's beautiful. Well, Dustine, thank you so much.
Thank
and we
you.
wish you all of the best.
Thank you so
much. And I'm so glad that everybody gets to experience you and know your story and really just get to be inspired by you. So well done.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. It is Dustine Tabla. She is one of the incredible cooks on Tastemaster South Africa Season 6. And friend, it is still happening every single Tuesday on SABC2 at 7:30 p.m. Make sure you're a part of the beautiful journey where we get to know incredible individuals like Dustine, but also get to see who is going to be the official winner. Do the things and be a part of that. But for now, we're going to take a short break. I'm going to have more of this. Okay, don't go anywhere. You're still on your Feel Good Breakfast show.
Dreaming of the ultimate kitchen glow up? You could win a fully fitted Easy Life kitchen worth 450,000 Rand. Complete with premium Caesar stone countertops and 50,000 Rand installation covered by ABSA. Head to your nearest Easy Life kitchen showroom, scan the QR code, strike a selfie in your favorite kitchen setup, and fill out the in-store entry form. Kitchen dreams made easy. Entries close 30th of June. T's and C's on easylifekitchens.co.za.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. 2 hours have lapsed, one more in your company. Let's get that kick started with your national news headlines. Where Minister of Cooperative Governance, Nkosini Hlabisa, says municipalities should adopt a business-like approach to improve service delivery. Now, speaking at a high-level dialogue, he called for a bold rethink of funding and councillor remuneration. He warned that poor pay drives councillors to focus on side jobs rather than governance. Now, to attract engineers, accountants and skilled managers to rural municipalities, he proposed higher pay packages. The remarks come as part of the national review of the 1998 White Paper on Local Government Reform. In other national news, Agriculture Minister John Steenhuisen has confirmed an outbreak of foot and mouth disease in 5 provinces: Gauteng, KwaZulu-Natal, Limpopo, Northwest and Mpumalanga. Now, he warned that non-compliance with livestock movement regulations will result in criminal charges. During a visit to the current beef feedlot in Gauteng, he said that the government had secured 43 million Rand to purchase vaccines, with the first batch already delivered and a second on the way. Regulations are in place to curb the spread, but officials are urging strict adherence to containment measures. Let's take a look further afield at your international news-making headlines, where emotional scenes unfolded in Zalambesa as Ethiopians and Eritreans reunited at a rare reopening of their border, closed since 2020 due to conflict and political tension. Now, families torn apart for 5 years gathered joyfully, hugging and weeping in the presence of elders and religious leaders. The symbolic reunion, arranged by local activists with quiet backing from Tigrayan and Eritrean officials, offered a moment of hope. Now, many still endure hardship in nearby shelters, and the border officially remains shut amid lingering political strain. Meanwhile, Iran launched missiles at the Al Udeid U.S. airbase in Qatar following American strikes on its nuclear facilities, but Qatari air defenses intercepted the attack, preventing casualties. Iran warned the U.S. and Qatar hours in advance via diplomatic channels. Now, while Tehran called the strike, quote, devastating, U.S. officials confirmed no injuries or deaths. The assault, amid rising Middle East tensions, prompted Kuwait to close its airspace and airlines, such as Egypt Air and Pakistan International, to suspend flights, while Abu Dhabi-based Etihad Airways warns of disruptions. Now, closing up with a story at Naheng Primary School in Vosloorus, a spirited group of grade 6 learners is proving that small hands can grow mighty change. Since grade 3, they've lovingly cultivated a thriving veggie garden, bursting with cabbage and beetroot, spinach, onions, and even sweet strawberries. Through the Gauteng Department of Education's Sprouting Entrepreneurs program, their harvest now supports the school kitchen, feeds peers in need, and is sold to fund the garden's future. As part of the multi-certification skills program, these green-thumbed learners will graduate with real skills in urban farming as well as entrepreneurship. Their story is a beautiful example of youthful innovation, community spirit, and of course, hope rooted in the soil. Absolutely love that story. To close off our news for this Tuesday morning, let's get into your final sporting highlights with Rao.
Thank you so much, Carissa. And yes, our final roundup of all things sport, we start off with rugby. Now, All Blacks coach Scott Robertson has unveiled a 33-man squad featuring 5 debutants for July's 3-test series against France. Now, led by captain Scott Barrett, the lineup includes newcomers Brodie McAllister, Ollie Norris, Fabian Holland, Duplessis Karifi, and Timosi Tavatava Nawai. Now, Samasoni Takawa and Quintapua return as Robertson balances experience with fresh opportunity in his selections. Well, from rugby we move to football, and Kavicha Kavarachalia as well as Achraf Hakimi struck in each half as PSG beat Seattle Sounders 2-0 to reach the Club World Cup last 16. Now, bouncing back from a Botafogo defeat, the French champions top Group B on goal difference. And they'll face Group A's runners-up next Sunday in Atlanta. Now we move to the world of cricket, and captain Hayley Matthews smashed 65 runs off 50 balls. And that was to guide the West Indies women to a 6-wicket win over the Proteas women, sealing the T20 series 2-1 in Barbados. Now, chasing down the target with 9 balls to spare, the hosts bounced back after losing the opener. And both teams shared the white ball honours, with the Proteas taking the Women's ODI series 2-1. Definitely congratulating that incredible effort. And lastly, we move to the world of MotoGP. Now, Liberty Media's €4.3 billion acquisition of MotoGP has been approved unconditionally by the European Commission, clearing the pathway 3rd of July completion. Now, the Formula One owner will take an 84% stake, with Dorna Sports retaining 16%. And the move ushers in a new era for motorcycle racing under Liberty's global sports empire. Well, that's a roundup of sport. We'll do it all again tomorrow morning. But again, a lot of you heading out on the road. So once again, let's see if we can assist you in the world of traffic. And diving into the world of traffic one last time, and we're starting off in Centurion, Gauteng. Now, there's back-to-back traffic, which is resulting in delays along the N1 southbound after Brakfontein Road. Now, please allow for some added travel time and do plan accordingly. Well, we move to Somerset West in Cape Town next, and again, delays are expected for motorists using the N2 outbound at Victoria Road. And again, you can definitely see from these visuals how it's being affected, so get some of your most loved jams playing to kill time, and exercise patience if you are using the affected route. And from traffic to the world of weather, I think Carissa's going to deliver the latest one last time.
Well, in your final bit of weather news this morning, the South African Weather Service has warned that a powerful cold front is expected to make landfall in Cape Town tomorrow, bringing damaging waves, strong winds and disruptive rainfall. Now, the city's Disaster Risk Management Center has issued multiple yellow level warnings, level 4 for waves from tomorrow evening and level 2 for winds and rain through to Thursday morning. Now, officials urge residents to prepare by waterproofing structures, clearing gutters, and also diverting water. All emergency agencies remain on high alert. Well, those are your warnings out the way, which means we can get into your sunrise view of the Sawa. And closing up our Tuesday morning is John Wesley from Durban Marina, looking absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much for making our hearts, minds, and souls so happy with this absolutely breathtaking view of the Durban Marina. Listen, I'll be visiting Durbs in a couple of days from now, and I can't wait to see exactly what that's all about, John Wesley. Thank you so much for sharing what this morning looks like through your eyes, and we hope to have a day as beautiful as your picture. If you too would like to share your morning view with us, keep them coming on 0630369649 as we look at your temperatures for the final time.
And those are your temperatures for today, Feel Good Breakfast Show family. For now, though, I want to tell you about how the temperature can rise in your pocket, where things can get a little bit heated, darling, where maybe perhaps, I don't know, you could have some power that you did not know you had or needed. Great things can happen when you play Powerball and Powerball Plus for an estimated 56 million rand in jackpots this Tuesday. Let me tell you a little bit more, and forgive me, it's 59 million rand. It is one of the most biggest things that I always love telling you about. Why? Because you could strike it lucky. Don't delay. Play Powerball for an estimated 36 million rand and Powerball Plus for an estimated 23 million rand today. All you got to do is either buy your ticket now in store or head on over to nationallottery.co.za. There's also the mobile app for your cell phone banking, or you can dial *120*7529# for USSD. Now, all of these details are on our Expresso Show pages, so you can go and check them out. But, friend, Panda, Pusha, Play Powerball for an estimated 59 million rand in total jackpots today. And you could be a multi-millionaire. But go and do the thing and play. It is so lovely to be with you still. And we're still going to be you're getting into so many things. But you got to make sure you stick around, because right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, it's how you get your day started off on the perfect note.
Oh my goodness, we're back in our favorite spot. It is, of course, our beautiful Hyundai Alcazar, and we are staying connected as we hit the long road. But of course, safety comes first. Yes, the seatbelts are coming on. But what makes us really great is that we also can be hands-free when it comes to calling, letting you manage your calls without even taking your hands off the wheel, which right now, I just have a feeling that Raul wants to call somebody so special to him. So I'm going to ask you how exactly you can do this very simply.
So obviously, normally I would do this on my phone, right? But obviously, safety is first, and I'm also playing around with all these new features on the steering wheel. We spoke about the customization that you can do. There's options here when it comes to cruise control, changing your menus, etc. We spoke about it earlier, but I want to see if I can actually test it out right now.
Test it
I'm
out.
hoping I have airtime first, so excuse me if that doesn't work, but let's try phone. So I'm going to basically use one of the easy buttons on the display on the steering wheel. Push that one. Phone Chad Orange Expresso.
Full government name.
And it's using my WhatsApp because it knows I probably don't have airtime.
Hello?
Hello?
Hey, Chad, how you doing, bro?
I'm good, bro. How you doing, bro?
I'm lekker, dude. I'm just chilling in a mighty fine vehicle. I'm feeling like $1 million. I'm with Carissa. We're planning a road trip, and we thought, hey, there's a load of space in the back. Why don't you join us?
Yeah, for sure. Everything's ready and I'll see you.
Absolutely, bro. Get ready now. Pack your bags. We've got like 5 minutes left. So while you're packing, maybe you can also tell us what else can we look forward to on our Feel Good Breakfast show, bro?
Let me just check it out. We are coming to local entertainment news.
Ooh.
And one more thing. I'm trying to find it.
Take your time,
and
bro.
Tia Black. And Tia Black, we chatting.
Nice.
Oh, one of my favorite. In fact, we should actually call her now.
Yeah. Well, Chan, listen, you got to get packing, bro. We got a road trip, and you are going to be blown away by the amount of space. You can pack like twice as many clothing. Don't worry, there's loads of space here, bro. And I'll see you in like a few minutes.
Okay, sure. I'll see you, bro.
Bye, Chad. Cheerio.
Bye.
All right, so
How
we'll
cool
get
was that?
Chad in the back, we'll get Tia Black in the back, and I think that's our friends sorted for the long road.
Absolutely. The Alcazar couldn't be much better. And I think, Mzansi, you need to get involved in this because this is just another way that the Alcazar combines smart tech with everyday practicality. Because in this SUV, staying connected doesn't mean losing control. It's about enjoying a little more luxury.
I like that.
Right, I'm going to phone the bank and say, listen, we're going to be spending a lot of money on petrol. Well, not that much, actually.
Not that much.
Efficiency's at it. All right, call the bank, take out all my money.
When you're smiling, when you're smiling, the whole world smiles with you.
All right, in case you missed it, yes, we do have the one, the only Miss Tia Black that's going to step into the building and on our couch to spill all the tea. I told her to not hold back on being jajarach, okay? And we're going to get into local and international entertainment news.
Can't wait for it. See you soon. We've got to go test this thing out now. We'll be back. Don't worry. We'll be back.
It's my feel good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. I feel like I have to put on my boss lady vibes because right now we're coming in hot with the latest in entertainment news updates from Mzansi, known for her powerful voice and genre-blending style in the music space. Ms. Tia Black joins us to discuss all things buzzworthy. And like I said a bit earlier, I did tell her that she mustn't hold back, okay? Especially when we're talking about Beyonce's husband. I'm joking. What's his name again? I forgot.
Who that guy?
Who that is? Who that is? All right, let's talk about Jay-Z and Beyonce first and foremost. We all know that she's currently on her Cowboy Carter tour, and one of our own is even there right now, Jay, that's usually in the kitchen with us, enjoying the goodness.
Nice.
I'm so jelly of him and his man. But they just really delivered jaw-dropping performances out in Paris, and I know that the Paris fans just won't forget this anytime soon because on the 22nd of June, what went down is that it was the final night of the tour at Stade de France, and Jay-Z made an appearance. Look at him go. Now, my question is he taking away from Beyonce's greatness being on stage, or is he adding that, like, on-the-run tour flavor?
I don't think you can take away from B.
I know, is that possible?
I don't think you can take away from B. And also, I think this is a quiet statement.
Okay, tell us more.
Because with everything going on in the entertainment industry regarding Diddy and all these things, the linkage between their former relationship, she's quietly saying, my man, my man, my man, and I'm sitting beside.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you can't ask Jay-Z to be on stage. Nobody can do that.
No one has
you
that
can't
power.
just be like, yo, Jay,
Can you do me a favor?
can you just have a face for me right quick?
Right.
No, but she can. And she is the queen of making understated, loud statements. So I think it's a power move for the two of them.
She makes a move and we listen.
Yeah.
I get you.
And the feeling of seeing something like that, not for just fans, but for the entire movement, you realize, okay, this is exactly that. This is a big statement.
It
and
is
I
a
love
statement. Also, they don't do this often.
They don't.
He doesn't perform.
What was it, like 7 years since they've done that or something?
I think it was 6 or 7 years.
A good couple years since they've been together.
And to say, I'm just going to pop out. Sometimes you just gotta pop
just
out
a young
and show
cameo, yeah.
Just remind them
who
you are.
Like it is. He says, I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman.
Ooh.
So let's remember, this is strategic.
Okay,
This is business.
Yes to the Izzo. Okay, I like this for them. I do also love the collab between Beyonce and her husband. Like, I think it's always going to be a good idea. But I've never thought about it in that way.
Listen, you gotta think about it in a strategic manner.
As the strategic girly.
Yeah, you know, when you're thinking about media and business, you've got to look at it holistically. And sometimes you don't say anything, but you're saying a lot.
You're playing the game.
You know.
Playing the game.
Okay, kudos, Beyonce. I see you. I love you even more, girl. I can't wait to see you live. Okay, I'm just going to manifest and put it out there. But also other people that were in the crowd was a mom, of course, cheering her on. Cardi B, Kelly Rowland. It was just such a great time in that VIP area. I absolutely love to see it. Let's talk about another celebrity. Somebody that definitely has been in many headlines, many podcasts lately. It's all about our Lizzo baby, our Lizzo girl. She's been making headlines for different reasons. Dramatic weight loss we've seen on her.
Yeah.
Now, there's been a lot of speculation. Is it Ozempic? Is it like a diet? Is it exercise? She said she first tried the Ozempic route.
I'm aware of that.
She switched it up and then took the whole food route. And she also was vegan for 10 years, but now has switched it up and is eating things like your good meats, you know. She gets into beef, chicken, fish, and then also just reducing her calorie intake. Tia doesn't look convinced.
Tia's not convinced.
Tia's not convinced because Lizzo in 2025. Tell me more about what you think.
So I think there is this narrative where we have to play into, I'm healthy. And if you're going to do the Ozempic, do it with your chest. Because we've got a lot of young people watching what celebrities and media personalities are doing. I, for one, am not convinced that she suddenly just had this change. But it's giving Ozempic cheeks. I'm just going to say that.
What are Ozempic cheeks?
You know when...
All right, so here's the before. That's the Lizzo that we all knew.
Okay, so you know when you lose a lot of weight really, really fast, it does the suckerage on... you get that automatic contour.
Aren't they just called cheekbones?
Girl, bye.
Hey,
Girl,
and
bye.
listen, if you understand how like fat loss works, the places you lose it last are the places that are very visible. So in order for that to be like the reverse and for her to lose the fat there first, science is going against what's happening here. I'm not going to say it's a no, but
just listen to Captain Ryle.
But it's that big
suspicious.
O.
It's suspicious.
The big O.
Yeah, man. So and I love what you're saying here because there is this like current trend of people like showing off this sort of health because health is like the new wealth. But in order to show it off, you actually have to be healthy. You can't just look the part and then be suffering on the inside, which I think is the problem with all
social
of the
media.
Yeah, Tia, you're seeing it.
Living up to this. And you'll also notice this with the running situation. Yeah. All of a sudden, running is
Strava.
the...
Everyone's a runner now.
Running is the new Tinder.
Yeah.
Okay, we get it.
It is. You find that's where you meet your mans. That's where you meet your mans. I think it's cute. I think it's a really nice way. My question though is that Lizzo rose to fame being a big girl and owning that space, right? All of her songs was all about big girl owning it, beauty. And now what? It's the same thing with Meghan Trainor. She changed the lyrics of one of her songs
to match her new
new look.
So what are you saying about the past you? Are you embarrassed about who you were? Are you not proud anymore to the fact that you needed to change that outward appearance? These are my questions. These are my questions.
Who's got the
I don't think anyone has a clear answer on those kinds of things because we've got to allow people the grace to change and pivot and rebrand. But having built your entire career on body positivity and I accept who I am and I love my shape.
Right.
You've somehow got to, and this is where your media training might have to come in and go, although I started there, I'm a new phase in my life.
Okay.
And I need to migrate. My body's migrating, my mind's migrating, my spirit is migrating. I'm not leaving you behind, but I'm taking you on the journey of my change.
Allow
and
that
I
evolution.
don't think people are talking about their evolution correctly. And now it looks like, oh, she left us. She doesn't love the big girls anymore. So I think it's just a lot of media training. And I'm not saying she doesn't have. I'm saying there was a step that was missed.
That was missed.
It just went up.
Okay, I hear you. So, Lizzo, in case you didn't know, Tia Black is who you come to when you need to be guided through the strategy of how you approach the new phase of your life. But kudos to her if she's doing it right. We absolutely love to see it. The girl that is doing it right is Tia, and so is the guy Ryle on the couch. Yes, we'll continue the judgerachness in just a little bit. We'll bring it home, bring it to local news, and then we'll see you right now, Expresso fam. Goodbye for now.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Yes, we're getting into part 2 of entertainment news. We're bringing it back home, Zanzi, because let's see what is happening on our streets. And we're still spilling the tea with Tia Black and Ryle de Money. Show me your money. Let's talk about Thembi Sieti. Now, I love this girl down. And it really rubbed me the wrong way when I saw a recent interaction at an event that happened. So we all know and love also Amapiano star Z Umalo. And also singer Sisi was seen in a clip that appeared to show them ignoring the legend that is our Boom Shaka member, Thembi Sieti. Now, the moment obviously went viral online. People were saying, how dare you? How dare you disrespect this music icon? But Z came back just basically saying, nah, guys, you took it out of context. But I don't know. What are y'all seeing?
It's about time. I heard a massive sigh from Tia. So I'm wanting to know I don't want to unpack that.
So I think as a musician, as an up-and-coming artist, or even an established artist in SA, it is your duty to do due diligence with regards to South Africa's favorite artists, the ones that are cherished and loved, and Tembi happens to be one of those.
Absolutely.
So to walk past Tembi, it's giving, I want you to greet me.
Ooh.
But on the flip side, we do know that behind the scenes of awards and red carpets, there's a lot going on. The lights are flashing. You could just be blinded in the moment. I'm not saying I believe that.
Right.
But I'm saying there's the option.
All I'm saying is that when I saw Tembi Sieti in a public setting before, my eyes immediately went
Run
there.
to her.
I acknowledged her presence. I said, I don't even know who else is in this building, but I know that our Boom Shaka legend is here.
And all it takes is a walking... I may not know you, but you know the little
What you're talking about to me is all the old school things that I am trying to become a pertinent conversation. Yeah. It's respect. It's about class. It's about how you hold yourself in certain spaces. And I think everything you're saying is almost like you need to run this masterclass today. You need to run this media training. Because I think about it, all the youngsters coming through right now, they don't know any better. They probably don't even know who are the people that open up the door for them to do what they're doing. So if anything, they need to respect the process, respect the game, and I think that will put them in a far better position to, thrive.
Yeah, but the thing is the willingness to listen, because there's also this thing in the industry, if you're not quote-unquote famous, are they really going to listen to you?
Okay, true.
So now you have to walk around with your resume going, I worked with this one, I did this, I did that.
To get the credibility.
To get their credibility. But at the end of the day, it's very much what happened with CC and Z. Do you understand the room that you are walking into, and can you carry yourself correctly in that room? And
it's those unspoken rules that we don't necessarily get into.
The media training needs to start.
I know somebody's taking some notes right now, because no disrespect to anybody, but that is how you conduct yourself in certain spaces. Come on, you are running because she laid the groundwork before you.
Get educated,
Let's
young
move
stars.
into a previous superstar on the sporting grounds, Mr. Matthew Booth, known for his controversy. The last time I think he made headlines, we saw what happened between him and his ex. I'm just exactly going to say cheesecake, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But recently, him and his girlfriend Bongani Mtombeni, they're back in the spotlight because they shared a series of very cozy pictures of them just enjoying their romance, enjoying their life together, even though previously when they were seen together on our screens, it was about the controversy. So, are we accepting now?
No.
Have we moved on as a nation?
No.
We have
He's
not moved
ruined
on.
cheesecake for the country.
Ah, never that.
He has ruined
Is that cheesecake he's
for
holding
the
now?
country. that big box of cheesecake, yes. But I can never look at cheesecake the same because
of what had happened. Samia.
What am I supposed to do now?
Wow.
I think that there's room for forgiveness.
No.
I think that there's room for us allowing evolution.
No. That's got to do with media. I'm not talking about that situation.
I'm thinking there's a little bit of hostility and it's getting quite heated here. So I'm going to just maybe take this moment to just step out and prepare something that I know Tia will love, just to bring her down. But you guys keep chatting so long because, hey, this is getting hot.
When friends fight.
Here's another controversial one. We move from Matthew Booth to our head boy, Siya Kolisi. All right, to Springbok captain delighted fans in the mother city with a surprise visit to a popular bagel eatery, and he popped in for a takeaway and left lunchtime diners absolutely starstruck. I definitely would be one of the people breaking out in an applause because he's one of those guys that I'll take a selfie with you, I'll have a chat with you. You know what I'm saying?
He's very personable.
Personable is the right
Very
word.
personable. Also, he moves as though he is not the head boy. So there's that approachability, even though you don't want to infringe on his space and what he's doing.
Right.
But it's almost inviting the way he just carries himself going. And then he's got that little chuckle that he does.
He's a comedian, bruh. He literally feels like I grew up with this guy as my next door neighbor, right?
Yeah.
But
you want
to
to be his friend so bad.
And I love to see this because, again, the last time we saw his name in headlines and Rachel's name, it was all and still is around the controversial nature of their separation. But he's a human at the end of the day.
I mean, is he a human?
He's a superhuman.
He's a superhuman. Just like walking around with the rest
with
of
the mere mortals.
Us mere mortals, just like, just running around here.
You know what I mean? Having lunch with us, just saying, I'm
Serving
just
us
like
matcha.
I saw that.
Serving matcha. It was amazing.
I would love to have a matcha made by Usia Khaleesi. Come to our studios, please, very soon, and we'll test your skills when it comes to making that delicious green drink. Tia Black, you were fantastic. Can you please come back? Oh, the silence is killing me, girl.
You know, friend.
The silence is killing me. You know what? It was that alarm. When I messaged you yesterday, I said, set your alarm.
Gosh, you're so
She said, for what? We'll see Tia Black soon on our couch, I'm very sure, sharing some insights when it comes to the media space and entertainment. That's a wrap for now. Since you didn't answer me, can I just kick you out my space?
Okay, I'll leave.
Bye. Cheers, Tia Black. You're going to join Raul de Money, and he's going to show you more than just money. We're going to get into something absolutely delicious. It's all to do with taking a break and definitely having a rusk moment for you and those that you love around you.
Yeah, after that absolutely spicy conversation, I think we need to just simmer down a little bit. And let's be honest, we've all been in that one meeting, right? That could very easily be an email. I think you know what I'm talking about. And that's when it's time to dip out with Oma. Now, whether you mute the mic and sneak a rusk or suddenly develop internet issues, those little moments deserve a reward. Now, speaking of sneaky escapes, this week's Dip Out with Oma competition question is all about those online meetings that drag. You know what I'm talking about. So we want you to tell us, when that online meeting could have been an email, how do you #dip out for an early exit with Oma Rusk? And we want you to share your answer on socials using the hashtag Dip Out with Oma, and you could be winning 2,000 Rand in cash and a delicious winter hamper packed with your favorite Oma Rusk. I've got a favorite right now, and that's in the form of Tia Black. I love the spice earlier. I know you've been complaining so much about how we force you to wake up early and skin and gesels.
You know, yapping early in the morning.
Ridiculous, eh?
You know.
But listen, I come bearing gifts. I thought, let's just have a moment here, a nice little cuppa, a moment to indulge, and of course, the Oma Rusk. And I thought, maybe I can ask you this question. Put you on the spot. Have you ever had one of those moments where I know you work with clients, you're doing so much online, you're hustling. Have you ever had a moment you're just like, why did you get me here this time? Why am I in this meeting? I need to leave. I need to figure out a reason. And then you come up with something amazing.
Oh, no, I have a standing reason.
Oh, you do?
Working with artists allows me to say, I need to go to a listening session. I need to listen to demos. I need to submit. You know, I blame someone else. I'm just like, let me scam you right here.
Well
let me just and then I'm just like, you know what? Or just switch your Wi-Fi off. Switch your router off. It's like, what you gonna do? Who's gonna check?
So this makes sense. So next time, guys, you're in a meeting with Tia and she says it's a listening session, you need to step your game up because you're boring her. Okay.
It really could have been a WhatsApp.
Listen, I think I've had those moments before, but I'm still not maybe at your level. You got this like unapologetic like energy about you where you just don't like, I don't care. This is me. I need to take a page out of your book because I kind of endure the meeting and then I run away afterwards and I'm like, oh, and then I run outside or I have my moment. So I think that's some perfect tip. I don't know about you, Mzansi, but that sounds like something I might replicate. And I think confession time alone, we are talking about a sneaky moment when it could have been an email. So if you've got an answer that's similar to Tia's, let us know. And we want you to get your entries in now. A competition reminder, it closes on Monday. That's this Monday, the 30th of June. So we want you to grab your favorite Oma Rusk, get posting, and let's celebrate the art of the early exit. Now, all the T's and C's are on expressoshow.com. And a reminder, don't forget to use the hashtag #DipOutWithOma. Now, we want you to dip, post, win. And I mean, it's literally that easy. Shall we say cheers to an early morning of good conversation?
Yapping.
Cheers. Yeah, yes to the yap. Perfect stuff.
So cute.
Yeah, that's good.
Dip out with Oma this winter. Tasty, filling, and oh so satisfying. The ultimate winter snack.
Oh man, listen, Mzansi, so many things are still happening here on your Feel Good Breakfast show, and we're almost at the end of it. I can't believe it, but we've been having so much fun. So I get it. It's been action-packed. It's been a good time, but we still need to get into something that I know you're looking forward to. Shekinah is about to perform. It is Risk that is going to be coming your way. And then one last recipe for the road. It is a Nola Fudgy Chocolate Brownie Bar. Something you see, it's a mouthful. Even when you eat it, you have to take a mouthful because is just so delicious. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be wrapping things up in style right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Whew, Mzansi, what a beautiful day it is. And we still got a few minutes to make it even more beautiful. And especially when we think about the time we're in right now, Chris, it's fast-paced, it's chaotic. We don't always make time for our loved ones. And I think that's something that I'm really trying to enforce in this day and age. And especially reminded to you, Mzansi, make time for those that we care about and love. Not just for Father's Day, not for just Women's Health
special days
Month.
of the year.
Yeah, it should be every day. And I think it should be the important practices that we often incur. And I don't know if you ever get an opportunity to do these things with your mans. Is it often on the weekend only?
It's usually the weekend because weeks, Monday to Friday, are just go, 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 go. And I look forward to those Saturdays or Sunday lie-ins or us just Netflix and chilling.
Yeah.
It's always a good time. But I know that we are both in this like fiance bubble right now.
It's
just
our fiancé era.
It is our era. Just enjoying ourselves,
Yeah.
enjoying those moments leading up to the I do's. And are you and Mal handling things well?
Man, I'm going to be honest with you, like that I do moment really just accelerated everything and so much became so chaotic.
Yeah.
I haven't even had a chance to breathe. So luckily though, myself and Miles did find a moment. We had to force it, we had to steal it. And we had a beautiful public holiday that just passed last week. And both Mal and I did exactly that. We took a moment to just escape the chaos and do something for us. We don't often get to do that.
Right.
And filling up our cup in the form of something like an adventure, something that just involves a special memory is always at the top of our list. So I was so grateful that we got to have this opportunity, but more so that we got to share it with you, Mzansi.
Right,
Yeah.
we get to enjoy and watch this tonight. Listen, Afternoon Express has got all the details on that beautiful moment, that intentional moment that Mel and Raul got to enjoy together. It all goes down at 6 p.m. right here on S3, so please make sure that you set it in your calendars and catch up with our favorite couple.
Check out our mermaid, guys. Check out who she is.
Join us Tuesday at 6 p.m. on Afternoon Express as we open up to happy couples.
Stormers captain Salman Morat and his wife Halim go on a getaway to Knysna.
For me personally, I think getaways is really important, not just from a player point of view, in terms of I get to spend some time away from rugby. Other than that, it's important for us to spend time together. Like that makes us grow closer to each other. And at the end of the day, we catch up on things that we never really get to do.
I think when he's gone, I don't miss him as much because then by that time I'm sick of him.
Former Miss South Africa Natasha Hubert chats about her recent marriage to best friend Enrico Vermaak.
Do you have any favorite memories of the day or even leading up to the day?
So the morning of my wedding, it was like 7 o'clock. I wake up, I'm like, okay, I only have to do hair and makeup at 10-ish. There's literally no mountains in sight. It's drizzling. It's like clouds 360. My whole wedding was outside, so I'm panicking. I'm like, this is not the vision.
We visit the beautiful home of architect Hugh Fraser.
And Expresso presenter Raul de Mornay proposes to his longtime girlfriend, Mal Corbet.
Probably the main and biggest reason, apart from the good looks and personality, as to why I think we're together is definitely because of our shared love for the ocean, the mountain. I think Mal's the kind of girl that's just kind of keen on anything and everything when it comes to adventure, play. She dives into the spontaneity that I have. And I think that's what we kind of feed off from each other. It's just doing something crazy, something random. We know it's always going to be fun when we do it together.
That's Tuesday evening at 6 with repeats on Sunday morning at 8:30. Open up to your best life on S3.
So cute. Suck it.
Listen,
I love it.
they got some proper emotional moments there and
Oh,
some
yeah?
real like heartfelt moments, which I didn't know they were recording. So even me, I'm looking forward to seeing this one tonight.
A reminder, 6 p.m. right here on S3. It is Afternoon Express. You'll get to see our beautiful former Miss South Africa and our wonderful nature boy and his +1. Enjoy the delicious outdoors. Speaking about delicious, I think we should get into this recipe.
Yes, I love, but I also love brownies.
I think
and
you do.
I'm ready for these because these are looking incredible. Possibly my favorite, especially for winter.
Okay, well, I'll try to meet your standard
Yes,
of a brownie.
please.
And if you too are a brownie lover and you know that ultimate goal, that rich, fudgy center and just the right amount of chew type brownie, and with Nola in the mix, that's exactly what we're going to get today. And today we're baking up indulgent chocolate brownie bars that are just easy to make and guaranteed to impress the entire family. Now, I had a moment with Graham earlier this week or last week where I couldn't believe that we were using mayonnaise
I know.
in a recipe.
It's crazy,
Because
right?
what do you mean?
I think of it for salads, I think of it for foods, I think of the like the tanginess and the flavors, but in a
Sweet?
dessert,
I know.
this is
They were
crazy.
basically saying it's oil, so that is one of the ingredients. It's kind of
Yeah.
like a hack that we use.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and do it.
I mean, if you think about it, it actually makes sense. We're using like a creamy oil in a dessert. Like, why have we not done this sooner,
before.
actually? So let's
Shout
get
out
going.
to Nola, man. All right, I've got
Nice.
some brown sugar, some caster sugar, vanilla essence, and of course our Nola mayo.
Okay.
So I'm going to mix together the wet ingredients,
Cool.
and then you've got the dry.
Okay, so on the dry side here, we've got salt, cocoa, and looks like flour. Mine's pretty easy, so I'm gonna pop that together right now. Let me just use this spatula and kind of just mix this all up because essentially once the dry is done, we can infuse the dry and the wet together.
Yep.
So those are the first easy steps. This is making sense. Already we have incorporated the good stuff, the mayonnaise. I can't believe this still. It's crazy.
Okay,
It's happening.
so brown sugar and caster sugar are getting in together, getting nice and cozy, all the sweetness, we're not holding back. And then, of course, our delicious Nola mayo's going in. I want to get every last drop, so I'm going to do the spatula
All the good
and get
creaminess.
all the creaminess, exactly, right in there.
Well, I didn't even get to ask you this. Are you like a brownie gal? Do you like brownies?
I
or-
do. My top 3 favorite desserts, brownie, choc chip cookies, and cheesecake. That's just every day, all day. Is that a good
That's
choice?
a good list. Wow. I don't even know if I can answer that question. I'm like top 3.
Brownie, brownie.
Yeah, I'm actually so like, I'm not like, what's the word? I'm not a bland guy, but I'm very basic when it comes to like, just give me something in its pure essence, and I absolutely love it. So like chocolate, anything in its chocolate form, a dark chocolate
Okay,
of
then
sorts, I
smell
love.
this.
And that right there is on my list. Yeah, that's going on the list. Top 3.
Just with a spoon. Let's
Malted
just eat
chocolate.
it
Like all the
together.
forms of chocolate on my list. Like a hard chocolate, a dark chocolate, and malted chocolate.
Oh, I love that.
That's my top 3.
That makes sense. All right, so we've done all the ingredients and we're throwing in the chocolate, but of course we've done our Nola mayo.
Yep.
And it really does it all, from sandwiches to baking. It's your ultimate kitchen companion at the end of the day. Now in baking, which is what we're doing today, Nola replaces oil and eggs to help create cakes that are extra moist, fluffy, and definitely full on flavor. And if you love a mayo, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna cream these together, and it already looks edible.
It looks amazing. Even before you put the chocolate in, it looks so good. Like you could see the fluffiness, you could see the creaminess coming through. It almost makes you want to pop a spoon in there and eat it right now.
You could, and I wouldn't judge you, Ryle. I can see you eyeing this bowl of me. I'm
That
gonna
looks
I'm
good.
closer to
Just
you.
leave this on this side over here. Don't tell anybody.
Okay, so the dry goes into
is
the
going
wet.
into the wet now, and I think this is where we can possibly bring out some power tools. If you don't have, then just earn your breakfast and burn some coal. So
Okay,
let's get it going. Fold that in.
Okay, so I'm gonna put this on here.
Nice. Yeah, start slower just in case we one of your spatula things fell out there, but start slower is a great tip
That's a
because
great tip.
I just come in gung-ho with like level 10 and then goes all over the show. And this is looking good.
Slow and steady wins the race, you know?
We're winning. I always like have that moment of like, oh no, is it gonna come together? Maybe just use one. I think keeps falling out there. let me grab this. I'll clean this. I'll clean this for you. Put this with my bowl. I'll be saving this for later. I think if you've got kids in the house, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm the big kid when it comes to baking, so I'm the one that goes, I'll clean the bowls. I'll clean the spoon afterwards when you're done. I love this.
Stunning. That looks good. You were listening for it and then it fell off.
Well, this is like an understatement. This looks incredible.
Okay, so we just got to fold that in.
Yeah, just
and then the
finish that
final
off.
step is to put our choc chip cookies.
Nice. Okay. Little secret choc chip in the center there. So those will probably like melt a little bit, I would imagine. Maybe even a good idea if you've got a bunch of these choc chips, you can keep some for later and then like right at the end, you just like sprinkle it on top and it doesn't melt, but it gets warm and there's a half melt, half ooze.
You are a chocolate connoisseur.
I'm telling you, there's so many ways you can have chocolate.
You can put that in the bowl.
Okay, I got you. You've worked out though. Okay, so we are warm. We're ready for this. We've earned it because we worked out with Joss earlier. We had great conversations and we've been inspired to even go on a road trip with the Alcazar. So maybe like getting these in a road trip would be the perfect road trip. Ah, yes! Perfect.
I never thought brownies could be patcos until now.
Until
I'm excited.
now. Look at this, and it's just working so perfect. I'm gonna actually pop this all in here because
yes, do it.
We want thick, gooey, juicy, delicious brownies. All right, I'm gonna spread that out.
So we did mention that in our Alcazar as well, that we're going to need to fill up the 7-seater. So Chad has said he's coming.
Yes.
Tia, we're yet to get a yes
We wanted her there, but we didn't get to ask her though. Yeah.
In person. I'm a little bit scared of her answer, but I'm going to ask her in and try to convince her.
Is it because she's such a feisty one? You know, she might just say no, straight up.
She's feisty, but also...
speaking of, hi Tia.
She's also a baker, so we're going to have to see how our cookies measure up to your
Can I ask a
brownies.
very legitimate question, Tia? What can you not do? Because, like, you don't have an answer.
Hide my feelings on my face.
It's a great
Your
one.
unapologetic, raw honesty. We absolutely love it. So,
Tia Black.
thank you for being our Woman of the Hour. Thank you for all the incredible
having me.
conversation and for your honesty.
Thank you.
And this is our
You get
token of
rewarded.
appreciation.
So, Carissa, you obviously had a hand in this, friend.
I did. I've been taking tips from you.
Nice. Listen, friend.
You can't go wrong with chocolates.
You gotta, if you can, give us a verdict, because this is...
It's going to be ooey gooey on the inside.
Okay,
This is incredible.
Okay, let's take a moment.
Silence on the set.
I already know it's a yes. I can tell by.
Okay, it is a yes.
I knew it.
It is a yes.
And then one more question. Is it also a yes for you joining us on our road trip?
Yes, if you're handling the music, if you're handling the music.
I think if it's only because of the music and the snacks, I think this was the turning point. It was definitely a no until this. So
Yeah, I didn't want to tell her.
we got Tia on board. I think our road trip's going to be perfect. And you, Mzansi, can make these incredible brownies. Head over to expressoshow.com and show off to your people,
Yes,
just like we are.
And I know you've got a jar of mayonnaise, so don't hold back.
Okay, let's get eating again.
Nola does it all, and now you can too. Show us what you've got and stand a chance to win a Nola hamper worth 2,000 Rand, packed with Nola-inspired kitchen goodies. Simply try the Nola recipe featured on the Expresso Morning Show, post a photo or video of your dish to social media, tag Nola and Expresso, and include hashtag Nola does it all. Entries close Sunday, 6 July. T's and C's at expressoshow.com.
So how exactly can you close out your Feel Good Breakfast show with a bang? How can you do it on the best note? Well, my friend, it's the lady who hits all the notes. I am talking about Shekinah. She's going to be helping us to close out on this beautiful Tuesday morning with her song called Risk. Literally one of my favorites. But then I love all of her music, so I don't know now because they're all there at the top. So stick around. It's going to be good vibes as we end things off on a high note. Do not go anywhere. We're going to take a short break and we'll see you after this.
Dreaming of the ultimate kitchen glow up? You could win a fully fitted Easy Life kitchen worth 450,000 Rand, complete with premium Caesar stone countertops and 50,000 Rand installation covered by ABSA. Head to your nearest Easy Life kitchen showroom, scan the QR code, strike a selfie in your favorite kitchen setup, and fill out the in-store entry form. Kitchen dreams made easy. Entries close 30th of June. T's and C's on easylifekitchens.co.za.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And when I say feel good, I mean that from the bottom of my heart, because great things can happen when you play Powerball and Powerball Plus. Listen to this. For 59 million Rand in total estimated jackpots, but it only goes down on this Tuesday. So don't delay. Play Powerball for an estimated 36 million. But then you get Powerball Plus for an estimated 23 million Rand today.
A whole lot of millions. How do we do it? Like this. We buy our tickets, and you can do it now in store on the nationallottery.co.za website. There's the mobile app, you've got cell phone banking, or you can simply dial *120 *7529# and follow the USSDs.
Oh, I like that. 5 ways to win, so get on it. All those details are posted on our Expresso social media pages. Check it out. Then Panda Pusha play Powerball and Powerball Plus for 59 million Rand and total estimated jackpots today, and you could just be a multi-millionaire. I just feel like I like the sound of that.
I like the sound of that. I'm feeling like a millionaire right now, not because I got the moolah in my pocket, but I know what's coming up next. We got Shekinah returning with Rosefest to celebrate women. Let's go.
Thank you so much, Kate TZ. And yes, it is Shekinah that's ending things off today, baby. I need to ask you because I feel like you're someone who's achieved so many things, right? From a platinum selling artist to award after award. What does success look like for Shekinah now? Where do you still want to go? Because the world's your oyster.
I love that.
Yes.
I think I still have a lot of goals here. I still have a lot of things I haven't done. And I'm like, geez, I thought I would have done them by now. But there's lots more I want to do. Yeah.
Is there anything you're willing to share?
Yes, I want to be a writer. I want to.
Really?
Yeah, I want to write music so that I can be Sia, I can be 50 and still writing pop songs. I think I just want music to live on forever for me. Yeah.
That's beautiful. Oh, girl, I already see it for you. The fact that you've already achieved all that you have, it just means that you're someone who makes your dreams come true, which I love. But I also need to ask you, dream collaboration. I mean, we spoke about locally.
Yes.
I want internationally. You could choose anyone right now. They'll get on a flight in studio with you up at Johannesburg. Who are you calling?
I'm calling Scissor.
Really?
Yes.
You guys would make such a beautiful song.
Number one, first phone call.
Yes.
Emergency contact.
Not emergency
For music, it's Scissor.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll give her a call for you, okay?
Thank you so much.
Thanks, all right. In any case. My Shekinah, we're so proud of you.
Thank you.
Please keep on shining, and we can't wait for Rosefest on the 9th of August.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, babe.
See you there, see you there, see you
Yes, we're going to be there. Don't forget to get your tickets. It is web tickets, 350 Rand, and you get to come and be a part of this beautiful thing curated by the queen herself, Shekinah. Why would you not want to be there? Huh? And the best way to celebrate women is an event that is by women for women, which I absolutely love. Right about now, though, we get to have a performance and a little bit of a taste, rather, of what's going to be happening there at Rosefest. It is none other than Shekinah and Molly. It is called Risk, everybody!
Hello, hello, hello. I don't want to be confused. Full pull up parachute. Cupid, let your arrow shoot. Oh no, I'm back into you. Bungee with my heart. I don't want the risk. I don't want to be caught up. Don't want to commit. So if you jump in with my heart, please understand the risk. Please just try be cautious before we dive right in. I'll take the risk, the risk, the risk with you. If you wish, you wish. If you want to, I'll take the risk, the risk, the risk with you. If you wish, you wish. If you want to, baby, just stand how you're feeling me. He's my king, but I wait and see. Steal my kiss, cause I don't bite. He's mine for the whole night. Body too bad, though I don't like her. Even his side that I don't like her. I'm just saying I don't mind. If he's mine for the whole night. Now baby bungee. Bungee with my heart. Now baby bungee. Bungee with my heart. And please understand the risk. Please just try be cautious before we dive right in. I'll take the risk, the risk, the risk with you. If you wish, you wish. If you want to, I'll take the risk, the risk, best decision I make it. Baby, take a risk, a risk. Take a risk. 'Cause maybe this could be a mistake or the best decision I make. Baby, take a risk with me.
Oh my goodness! I don't know what to do with myself. That was absolutely incredible. Oh man, don't forget, friend, you see this, what you just got from Sakana and Moli. You're going to be seeing that 9th of August. It is at the Walter Sisulu Botanical Gardens, and it is going to be all about us celebrating women and what Shekinah has built. Rose Fest, web tickets, 350 Rand, do the right thing. KTZ Bolshizi, how are you feeling after that beautiful performance?
Ooh. We're in Cloud 9 along with you, Zanele. I can't believe that we get to see Shekinah right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We're all such fans of you, girl. And I think that set us into Tuesday. How are you feeling?
No, I'll take the risk for her.
Oh, I love that tear flag. Thank you for joining us today with your spiciness. Are you going to come back?
If you ask me nice.
Okay.
Ask her nicely. I mean, we're going to get into the last few hours, not as early as she came through this morning, but you looked amazing. Your energy was perfect. And I can't be more grateful for the fact that we are doing this from all corners of South Africa.
Yes.
And we're going to go back to Jersey to send y'all home and see you tomorrow morning.
Thanks, team.
And we love you. Yeah, you are awesome. Thank you.
Again.
I can't believe it. Thank you. You have to be there.
Another feel-good production.